All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today, my friend?
Good morning, Carlos. I am doing great. I noticed we both wore red today and earlier this morning. Being the special day that it is, like any self-respecting kindergarten class, I did some arts and crafts. So I wanted to on this special Valentine's Day for everybody out there, I wanted to ask all of our members and all the people watching, and of course you, Carlos, on this day, will you be mine? Will you be my Valentine? You know, I hope so. So, happy Valentine's Day, everybody! I made you some special stuff here. We'll keep these. I guess not. No, nobody's answering me. So rejected, just like kindergarten. Oh man. Oh well. All right. Anyways, we have there is no screen in the room. Where Carlos? Apparently. Maybe that's why. I'm not seeing it. I've got no Carlos sound. What's happening? I broke it.
No, you didn't break anything. You're
Okay.
good. You're good. Yep, we're back.
Good?
We're back. Yep.
All right. So for everybody in the room, I just want you to see the arts and crafts. Look, I made you some hearts, and then I want to know, will you be mine? So I was getting no answer. I was feeling a little rejected. Come on, everybody. Anyways, all right. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Don't forget to treat the special person in your life well if you've got one. If not,
Absolutely.
We're here for you. We're here for you. We had some numbers that came out just a moment ago, so we should get to that because the market doesn't seem to be that interested, surprisingly. The market has been very reactive to economic data this week. Maybe it's tired here on this Friday. I don't know. U.S. retail sales came out, and depending what you look at, this is actually the core retail sale number that I've got here, where it's expected to be a 0.3% growth. It actually contracted, reduced by 0.4%. You can see the negative 0.4 was the actual number there. Actual retail sales, sort of non-core, was expected to contract by 0.2%. It actually retraced by 0.9%, 0.9. So we're seeing some differentiation in the numbers. Interesting, the import price index, right, 0.3 was the forecast, 0.4 was the actual. But on the export price index, no surprise here, I think, although maybe a little surprise it happened so quickly. 0.3% was the forecasted growth. It was actually 1.3. That's a pretty big number, actually, for the export price index. But not a surprise. We've seen this time in the past, usually when there's tariffs, whether they're threatened or implemented, there's an opportunity for prices to go up. So we see prices start to rise, usually in anticipation of the additional costs. So in any event, we got a big growth there. And I said, I'm surprised. Look at the market. It's not really doing much. So, all right, we got a couple of numbers coming out at 9:15 in industrial production and capacity utilization. Business inventories at 10 that are expected to be flat. Oh, I even lost the bottom of my screen. There is a Fed speaker happening later this afternoon. But yeah, all in all, fairly quiet Friday, Valentine's Day here for this midday February. Since we're talking calendars, I'll also remind everybody it is a market holiday on Monday. So it is Washington Day. Washington's birthday? What do you call it? Anyways, I don't know. The markets are closed Monday. So we will not be here. The markets will be closed. You get a long weekend. Whether you want it or not, you're going to have a holiday on Monday. So, all right, let's go. We have a ton of earnings. There was a bunch of stuff last night. There's a few more this morning. So we do have a lot of earnings to take a look at. We should get busy on that because we've been running late for the last few days. It's just been so busy, so much happening in the market these days. We have lots to talk about.
Yeah, we sure do, guys. Let's get to our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. And as you can see here, a bunch of stuff in the green today, some with a lot of earnings last night as we start to wind down the earnings season, right? So next week is very light on earnings. The following week is massive with the big guy Nvidia reporting. So but yeah, it's to be the following week. All right, let's take a look at what's happening here today. We'll start with the first one on deck this morning. Let's take a look at the WRD today. Wow, nice little pop up. We're up 88%, 3.5 million shares traded. This stock is a 46.7 million shares flow, so a lower flow, a borderline there. You know, once we start getting above 50 million and close to that area, it looks a little bit better, but just borderline lowish at the moment. I do love the daily as well. So the daily's looking, hold on a second here. Oh, no, that's a SPY. Never mind. No, daily looks horrible. All right. Yeah, Peter, what's going on with this? I'm looking very active this morning.
This is a Chinese car company called WeRide, and I'm a little surprised at the news, but Carlos, you know, we've seen this like 1,000 times in the last few months. What is a
AI?
sure thing to pop a stock these days?
AI.
Right?
100%.
Be partners with NVIDIA. NVIDIA has made an investment in WeRide. And in fact, they actually cut their investment in ARM, ARM, that we've seen in the past, and have invested here in this WeRide corporation. So that is always good news for any company. As soon as NVIDIA turns the spotlight, it's like the eye of Sauron. As soon as it turns on you, you know you're getting some attention from the market, and obviously they're seeing huge benefit from that this morning.
Yeah, that's gonna play very well. You know, this stock is borderline friendly to me for the way I trade, but I like the pre-market action today, and obviously that catalyst is always good. So I'm gonna add it to my list today. We'll take the risk on it. Love the volume, up 91%. I mean, how can you not have this on your list on a day like today? So definitely put it on there. It seems to be a little bit slower than usual, so we'll see how it goes. Next on the list is Pony. So Pony, is that AI or OW? I can't tell by the name there. But Pony is up here, up 18%, 690,000 shares traded. Daily looks okay, a little bit active today. The float on this one is massive, 327 million is what I'm showing on tradingterminal.com. So again, not sure how well it's going to trade, Peter. Any news on it worth looking at?
Pony AI. I've never heard of these guys, but yeah, it looks like I don't see any news on this. I have no idea what's going on with Pony. Like there's virtually no analysts covering it. There doesn't seem to be a lot of news. Oddly, it's almost a $4 billion company here with an annual sales of only 84 million and losing money. So whatever's going on with them, they are not into the profit range, it looks like at this point. Feels like that $4 billion market cap is a little overstated. Whatever the news is, I don't know. Somebody knows something, but it ain't me.
Yeah, and I don't like the stock that much anyway, so I'm not pushing to have this on my list. We'll skip on it. Let's go over to something else here. Next on the trading terminals gappers list, we have we got this could be a real nice one. It's going to be Roku, right? So Roku is on here. We are up 14% today. Man, nice move on the Roku streaming service here, which again, streaming is just such a mess. I don't even want to get into it because man, I can go for a nice rant, but it is so bad, Peter, so bad. What's causing Roku to gap up today? This 14%.
Yeah, I just got my notice of increased fees on some streaming services, so that wasn't making me happy. But anyways, Roku had a good quarter. So we might not be happy, Carlos, but the company's happy because they seem to be doing well. They cited primarily increased ad revenues as the reason behind their good results and their ability to maintain their guidance. So they didn't actually increase guidance, but they did maintain it. So it looks like they're set up for another good quarter coming forward. But I'm not sure what to say. Like they had a great quarter and they're looking good going forward. That being said, keep in mind they're still not making money, right? Like they lost 24 cents in this quarter when they were expected to lose 42 cents, and this is on 1.2 billion of revenue. So I don't know at what point Roku actually starts to make money, but hey, I'm not one of the initial investors that has to worry about it because somebody's paying for this. But hopefully they're getting it back in stock appreciation because it's looking good to break through 100 here during the market day today. You might be worth keeping an eye on this. This can trade well when the market gets going. Volume's a little low this morning, though, only 600,000 shares. I was hoping for a little bit more activity, a little bit more pre-market volume, but I'm not sure, Carlos. I'm gonna. There with so many things to watch. I'm gonna make a decision in a few minutes here, but it's a potential.
Yeah, I'll keep it on the secondary list because again, we had some really great trading with this one in the past. So maybe we can go back to some of that action on Roku. So I'll put it on a secondary, and let's see how it does in a couple of minutes here. Let's look at Billy. Billy's on here today, and these guys are up 11%. So nice gap up on the daily there. If you see the pre-market activity again, just a gap up and a little bit of some sideways action around 22. So yeah, but the last going back to the daily, which looks nice here. The last two trading days, we've seen some really nice action out of Billy. So obviously something driving this nicely in the last couple of days. Peter, anything that that's moving in the news?
I really only see that. I mean, there's two sort of high level news items that seem to be buoying the Chinese sector in general, in that they're still getting a lift from, of course, their AI. There's a lot of competitive AIs out there. DeepSeek is the one that took all the headlines, but it's not just them. I mean, Alibaba's been making pains to try and tell everybody about their own offerings, despite the fact that they package DeepSeek as part of their cloud services. They're saying, well, we've got our own, so don't forget about those. And there seems to be a little bit of relief because of the delayed U.S. tariffs that Trump has promised there on Chinese stocks. So yeah, we've seen these go up the last couple of days with those tariffs being delayed on Chinese goods and services. How long this will last? Well, it depends on the next announcement out of the White House, probably for the most part. But yeah, it is up this morning, Carlos. I'm seeing the same thing. Whether you look at Baba or Baidu or PDD or all of these Chinese stocks, they're all up a little bit this morning. Probably Billy's one of the most. It's up 11% compared to around 5 or 3 to 5 for the rest of them. So I don't know why it's benefiting more than the others, but I've avoided trading these for a while. For whatever reason, they're not as fun as they used to be.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, man, apologies, guys. These scanners, we got to figure this out. Baba is crushing it. Baba is up 5.7, 3.3 million shares traded. Should be on this list. I don't understand. We'll have to figure this out. All right. Awesome. Baba is looking amazing today, guys. I'm going to add that one to my list. So, again, yeah, Chinese tickers doing some stuff here. You guys are mentioning PDD as well. That is also up 3.6. That's also, yeah, excellent. All right. Nice. All right. So Chinese tickers are up, Peter. As you mentioned, these tariffs probably driving that pretty well here. But Baba, I like Baba, man. They're just getting a lot all around great news. The stuff with Apple and everything else. I mean, I really like the way this ticker has been performing lately. I will definitely put this on my main list today. All right. Peter, anything else you like from the gap down list today?
Gap up or gap down? What do you want?
Gap up. So sorry, man. Just this thing is throwing me off. Gap up.
All right.
It's
yes,
just
I've got a.
yeah, yeah.
I get
I
you,
don't.
man.
We'll talk offline, man. It's come on, come on.
When your data's off, it can mess with your head. All right, I've got a bunch of stuff that is gapping up this morning that we can talk about. Let's start with overnight earnings, are what we lovingly like to call Donkey Kong, DKNG. I got to get it right, which is really DraftKings. DraftKings had their earnings after the close yesterday. They beat their numbers in the quarter. Excuse me.
Oh, Peter, we don't want to lose you on Valentine's,
okay.
man. Any other day but today.
I'm back, man. All right.
You're
Oof,
back.
I don't know
All
what
right.
happened
Good,
there.
good, good.
Woo. Okay, and they held their guidance, so they didn't increase their guidance, they didn't decrease their guidance. They basically said we're still looking good for the next quarter. So DKNG getting actually a pretty good rise. I'm surprised. It seems like a little bit more than I would anticipate. Almost up 5% this morning. Low volume though. And this is a strange one that typically has very low volume pre-market, but can trade well once the opening bell rings. So, you it's up to you whether you want to put it on your list or not, everyone. But I may cautiously look at this. I want to see if it gets better between now and the open, but it doesn't look great right now. But I do like its position. Whoa. Okay. I don't know what's happening out there, people.
Are you DJing over there, Peter?
Daily, anyways. We're pretty close to all-time highs. If you go back to about the same time last year, February of last year, we hit a high of $49.57. And again, if we can get to that level, I'm going to be watching it here. So yeah, I sort of like where DKNG sits. All right. Other than that, Airbnb was another one that we had with earnings after the close yesterday. They are up this morning, beat their numbers in the quarter. They had a very good quarter for Airbnb, beating both revenue and earnings, and stated there over the next few years, they're planning to launch a new business, several new businesses every year. So they all say they're travel related, but we're a little vague about what these new businesses would be. I'm not sure what Airbnb is contemplating, but I actually watched an interview the other day with one of the founders of Airbnb and talked about how they got started. I didn't actually realize their origin story. Little weird story, but anyways, it's amazing how they've grown. So yeah, Airbnb, another one of these doesn't look great pre-market, can often on earnings day trade well after the open. So I feel like I've got a lot in the maybe bucket. Airbnb goes into that bucket as well. The last one that's gapping up this morning that I was looking at for earnings is Wynn Resorts, WYNN. Good quarter for Wynn. Usually it's out of Macau. It seems like every time I look at earnings, Macau's what's driving it. Not this time. They actually had increased earnings out of Las Vegas. So looks like the Vegas Strip was doing well for them. I guess I contributed. I was at the Wynn in December, so yay me. And you're welcome, Wynn. So, good quarter for them. Once again, another low volume traded stock here in the pre-market, but it's gapping up. So I got a bunch more earnings, but they're all gapping down. We'll talk about them on the other side of the list.
We sure will. Here is our gappers list, guys, gapping down this morning. Let's take a look at the first one, SERV. SERV. All right, we're gapping down here 35%, guys, so pretty nice drop. 9.8 million shares traded. Very active this morning, Peter. What's the latest and greatest on this thing?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure it's greatest, but this is our favorite autonomous delivery service, right? These are little robots that go trundling down the sidewalk that try and deliver your food without getting kicked over or robbed or whatever. Anyways, it looks like NVIDIA, they're seem to be driving so much of the news these days. They've actually exited their position on Serve Robotics, and the very act of announcing the fact that they were getting out of that investment has driven this thing down by over 30%. That's a massive hit for Serve Robotics. So, yeah, I mean, it's actually in play better than some of the other ones we were just talking about. Look at the volume here, almost 10 million shares this morning, and it's hurting. So nothing wrong with the company that I know of. No announcements out of the company. They've been silent on this. But it was released that, or I guess the information came out because it was a major investment. So NVIDIA has to release that just by regulation that they had exited their position. And yeah, Serve is suffering. So that's the news.
All right, excellent. All right, next on here is INFA. All right, INFA up down 32%, 1.2 million shares traded. We're pretty down here, but I don't like this one at all. The volume, the daily looks pretty horrible, and again, just not a fan of the way this looks. Must be low flow. I'm getting 5.7 as the flow. No, I'm sorry. Actually, no, 229 million, so a high flow here, but just no volume. So yeah, I would have thought it was a lower flow given the daily, but nevertheless, doesn't look good, Peter. Won't be on my list. What's your thoughts on it or anything going on this morning?
I've never seen these guys on our list before. I didn't even know they were publicly traded. But this is a company called Informatica, which I actually know from my days in my corporate days. Take a drink. But they did have earnings. I mean, their earnings weren't great, but they weren't horrible. Interestingly, they got four different downgrades from everybody from Wells Fargo to Deutsche Bank, downgraded with a very common consensus price of about $19, which is interesting. So, but anyways, not the greatest catalyst. And being that I've never seen it on our list, I have to assume that it doesn't trade well. But I don't know for sure. So yeah, not going to be doing much with it.
Yeah, I don't like it here. All right, let's take a look at just one more, and then we'll head over to what you like. I think that's going to be more important here. SoundHound down 21%, 18 million shares traded this morning. Very, very active. I mean, we watch this stock a lot. I think I probably traded once or twice. Today seems like a day we might have this on deck, Peter. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, SoundHound is always a funny one because it does trade better than I always think it should. It's got a good size float. It is not a low float, but it can often trade that like that. SoundHound, look, the news is there only seems to be one news story today, and it's what Nvidia is doing with their investments. It's either popping things up or dropping things down. So clearly Nvidia's been like resetting some of their investment portfolio. So their internal divisions here have been busy. But yeah, SoundHound is another one of the companies that they pulled out of their investment in. So look, they probably made some good money over the last little while on SoundHound. So you can't blame them for resetting their portfolio occasionally. Unfortunately, when you're as high profile as Nvidia, yeah, it has a very detrimental effect on the companies you're investing in. So SoundHound down 22% today, all because the news that Nvidia, sort of got out of their stake in it.
Yeah, yep, 100%. I'm going to add them on my list today, man. I think they look pretty interesting as far as the pre-market goes. Again, we know they can be a little bit on the choppier side, but worth adding this morning. I really like this pre-market activity, down 21% with some 18 million shares traded. Peter, we'll stop here on this list. Let's go to what you like this morning, and then we'll get over to the chat room, see what you guys like for us to take a look at.
Well, again, I don't love all of these, but there's a few that we need to look at just because they had earnings, and I think they're newsworthy. I'm going to start at the top of the list. Coin. I'm really surprised to see Coin gapping down this morning. This stock is a mystery to me sometimes, and because I honestly don't know why it's gapping down this morning. They smashed their earnings, like didn't just beat it. They literally crushed their earnings. Like they posted 2.2 billion revenue against a 1.8 billion expectation. Like that's an extra $400 million. They are expected to deliver $2.27 in earnings. They delivered $4.68. Like that doubled their expected earnings on 2 billion of revenue. Like that's actually pretty impressive. So clearly they've been taking advantage of the crypto prices and the renewed interest, I would say, in that market. Look, I didn't see any guidance that was really on the negative side. Coin is just it's an odd stock sometimes. So look, by all measures that I would normally look at, this thing should be gapping up quite significantly, but it's not. So there must be something in the story that I'm missing. If any of you know what that is, I'd love to know, because I just don't get why it's here. But anyways, Coin earnings after hours last night, but gapping down. Applied Materials, AMAT, was another one that had earnings after the close. One of the semis that, of course, everybody's expecting to do well. Most of the semis reported pretty strong quarters. Applied Materials had a good quarter. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was good. They did beat their numbers. Really, they lowered their guidance, though, blaming China. They think there's going to be increased pressures on their business because of the situation out of China. And therefore, they called off their guidance. So Applied Materials gapping down this morning. Palo Alto Networks, PANW, similar story here. Beat their numbers in the quarter, provided lowered guidance for the forthcoming quarter. So PanW doesn't get the same type of volume. Applied Materials is probably a better trader than PANW, but pick your target. It was earnings, so I thought I'd let you know. One of the ones that was the only one on my entire list to actually miss their earnings in the quarter was Twilio. Do you remember Twilio? I used to love to trade these during the pandemic. The
Yeah.
TWLO. They used to be a great trader. I don't know what's happened to them. I feel disappointed for them because they have not gotten the volume in a while. If you look back to 2021, 2022, they were getting much better volume, and they had some interesting spikes. This is a stock that was up like $400 at one point. And yeah, anyways, those days seem to be far behind it. But anyways, they missed their quarterly numbers and have lowered guidance. A couple last ones that I was watching. mRNA earnings this morning. Very conflicted news on mRNA. I actually don't know whether they beat their numbers, met their numbers, or missed their numbers, because depending what news source I looked at, they were on all sides of that coin. I think they beat their numbers, but there was some conflict. They held at their guidance for the next quarter, so anyways, all in all, it means that the stock it's gapping down by about 5%, 4.8% right now on decent volume. Again, used to be a lot of fun to play. Hasn't been so much recently. Last but not least, MGA. This is Magna International. They are an auto parts supplier based here in Canada, and they also had earnings, beat their numbers in the current quarter, but really had lowered guidance for the forthcoming quarter. This is one that I figure I should watch. They're probably going to be at the front end, especially as tariffs get levied, should they get levied by the current U.S. administration. Canadian companies, especially auto parts suppliers and manufactured goods, will be hard hit. So MGA will probably be at the front end of that, and it makes sense that they called off their guidance. But of course, it's going to gap the stock down. So there you go, guys. Whole bunch of earnings last night and this morning that I wanted to let you know about. That's what I'm watching. Outside of those, look, I still like the usual, right? Tesla has had a good week. A lot of movement in the week, some great trading, by my opinion. I think it's been well in play. Same with Nvidia. Nvidia's only up less than only about 0.5% here this morning, but it continues to get decent volume and it continues to be in play throughout the day. So those are my top two stocks that I just always watch because they always seem to deliver. So that's what I've got, Carlos.
Yep. Awesome, man. All right, friends, let's take it to you guys over in our chat room and also in on YouTube. What do you guys like this morning? We'll start and take a look at some of these here. Coin we did look at just now, so that's on deck. Pony, yeah. Did we look at Pony? I believe we did.
Pony AI.
Pony AI up 21% here. So yeah, I mean, you can add it to your list. It is heavily in play today. I'm gonna keep it off of mine for now. But if you like it, of course, it is active this morning. LBTR, what is this one? If I could get it right, LTBR, excuse me, LTBR. Let's see what's going on here. No volume, light bridge. Yeah, not much going on here. I don't like it, so I'm going to keep it off my list. Peter, not sure if there's anything going on there, but no, I think you'll find better tickets to look at today. So be careful. The volume is light. If you like the daily on this one, because I do see the daily moving up nicely. Yeah, just be careful. We did not look at AIFF. This was active yesterday, and it has been active for the last couple of days. You can see here how this has been moving. Today, we're down now, so heading toward the bottom here. Down is not fun on these lower flow stocks. This is a 3.6 million shares flow, and hard to borrow down 17%. I'm not sure, with Interactive Brokers, at least we don't have shares to short it. So again, won't be fun, but looks like the party might be coming to an end here after 3 days of trading. So yeah, it won't be on the list here. Airbnb, we did discuss. Again, hard to trade. That's why it's not on my list, guys. Maybe today could be the day. I'm not sure, but it is a difficult stock, man. Even with earnings, even with volume, which again, 400 for them is a lot, actually. They just don't get the volume, Peter. I mean, I'm not sure if you trade this in the past, but I'm not a big fan of the day trading out of Airbnb.
No, it's been a long time since I've even bothered.
Yep. I see two people throwing out, oh no, one person throwing out PLTR. Let's take a look at PLTR here. Daily looks awesome. If you look at the daily here, looks amazing. But aside from that, pre-market activity is pretty light. And I say light because PLTR throws some heavy numbers in the pre-market. They only got 1.1 right now, so not really a whole lot of volume there. but this daily is like ready to explode any minute here. So could be interesting. We do have the space for it, maybe on a secondary, right? So I'll throw it on a secondary for now, POTR, because this can trade well, especially if we get going. Take a look here. TDOC. TDOC's another one that probably earnings. The reason why we're seeing it here or some kind of news because they never make our list. And again, it's another one of these companies that just does not day trade very well. And part of it is the lack of volume throughout the trading day. So for us, explosive, momentum traders, volume is important. It's so key. So even when they have great days, great moves in the intraday, if they don't have the volume, it's very difficult for us to stay in these trades. I'll find opportunities if the volume is not trading well. So it won't be on my list. Let's take a look at TD this morning. This is the one we had earnings on. This thing dropped like a rock, man. Down huge yesterday. Today, it might just go back to its regular trading where you're just not going to see that active volume, right? Look at the volume on the daily here. You had all the fun yesterday and that's it. Besides that, there's nothing that takes place on with this stock. So you hear from us on this stock, 4, maybe 5 times a year if you're lucky on any other news. Other than that, you won't be hearing from us on the trade desk anymore because it's just the lack of volume. I expect it to go back to that unless people start thinking it's an overreaction and we start closing this gap. That's a whole different story. But yeah, it won't be on my list. I didn't like it yesterday. I'll like it less today for sure. So just be careful, and depends on your trading strategy, on the way you trade. Baba, yes, Baba is on my list. Baba got me fired up, man. My favorite stock here this morning. There's gonna be oh man, it's Valentine's. I gotta be nice. It's a Friday. I'm trying to stay cool. But yeah, Baba is on my list, guys. It's not where it should be, but it's here. And I love it today. Looking pretty nice, up 6%. Some great news on it. And tons of other Chinese tickers that are on the list. JD, Billy. I see you guys talking about GameStop. GameStop is, GameStop, I didn't read the whole article. I was hearing on the radio on the news that they're going to either invest in cryptocurrencies or they're going to start their own coin. They should start their own coin. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. That should have been like the first thing they should have done to continue with this meme thing. But yeah, they're gapping up a little bit here. 7.3, 964,000 shares traded. Peter, what's the latest and greatest on our good buddy GameStop? Do we have anything on it?
They have not really been in the news for a while. I'm amazed. I feel like they're just sitting back there in some corporate office, just counting their money and still chuckling. They honestly don't know what to do with themselves. The news this morning was that they announced that they are considering investing in cryptocurrencies. What does that mean? I don't know. Like, again, they made more money than they knew what to do with. They apparently, as a management team, their board seems to be saying, I don't know that it's a good idea to put more money into our actual business and into the stores. How about crypto? So I might be a little cynical, but that's sort of how I'm reading it. And of course, the market says, yeah, it was a better idea than building some more stores or something. Sure, why not? So the stock's up this morning. That's the news.
Absolutely. So that's funny, man. 100%. Again, I won't put it on my list. It's just one of the stocks that who knows how it's going to do here. But if you like it this morning, I know Melanie over on YouTube is going to have it on hers, but it won't be on mine. Let's take a look at the last one, AVGO. And I'm sure she has it just for entertainment purposes because it's a lot of fun to watch. AVGO, yes, another one of these stocks that just don't get the volume, right? So, this is not in play. So careful if you are going to watch this. All right, I think that covers it. I think that covers our list. Again, very light list right now. WRD, Baba, Soundhound. I got to go through a couple of things to see if there's some other ones I'm not catching here. Roku will be on my list as well as a secondary. I might end up moving this up just because it looks very light. Some other ones that we like Nvidia. Nvidia has been trading pretty nice. So I will add Nvidia to the list to kind of fill this in. It's actually up just almost 0.5% here, 4.3 million shares traded, so it is in play. Apple's been on the radar quite a bit, especially with this beautiful daily we've been seeing here. So that's another one. Again, just all of the Magnificent Seven have been trading very well. Tesla, you did mention earlier, getting a nice bounce here, Peter, from the last couple of days. I will be adding this one to the list as well. So again, just going with after going through some of the stuff that is not in our usual suspects, just going to go back right to them because not a whole lot coming off the other list. All right, guys, bearbutchers.com. You can click on webinars, so you can always get what's coming up for the next 2 weeks. And this information is always accurate here, which is really nice. Let's take a look at Friday. What is happening today?
Yeah, normally, in the past, Friday was not a day when we had activity. But like I've been telling you all week, guys, we've changed up our schedule, which means now on Fridays we do have a webinar for you to enjoy. Now, it's in the middle of the day, it's at noon. Sean's going to be taking over and talking about how you can improve your strategy, focus, and your execution against those strategies. So it's an opportunity to have your trades reviewed, to run strategies by him, and he'll share sort of the results of his week. So it's in the webinar room for all of our elite members. That's a new session that we've got again today at noon. So hopefully you'll join Sean in the webinar room for that session. We look forward to hosting that one. And I see keep flashing below me. Look at the thing happening right below me. That we are very proud of the once a year trading summit that we put on, and it is absolutely the world's largest live trading summit. Once again this year, we're going back to Vancouver, the place that started it all, where Bear Bull Traders sort of originally came from. But we went there because we love the city, we love the facilities, and it's a great opportunity. It's a 3-day summit we're doing at the end of March that is going to be focused. The latter 2 days are going to be focused completely on trading strategies, psychology, technicals, the whole thing. Not only that, but you get the full opportunity to socialize and talk with other like-minded traders in a great community. It's always so much fun. There's so much stuff happening, right? We've got members that are putting on they're going skiing together before and after the conference. We've got a nightclub booked for one of our evening events. Obviously, you've got all the food and services provided at the event. And then at the front end, we've got a full day of just self-focused learning with our TEDx private TED conference that we're putting on for all of you that attend the summit. It's included in the price. It's part of the experience, and it's a great way to get yourself in the right mindset for the trading experience. So hopefully you can join us in Vancouver. It's really going to be a fantastic event. I can't believe it's only 42 days away. That's craziness. But anyways, March the 29th to the 31st is the date. Hopefully you'll join us there at the Paradox Hotel, which is where it's happening. By the way, downtown Vancouver is great. There's tons of hotels in the area if you don't want to stay there or can't get a room, because they do book out. It's a relatively small sort of boutique hotel. Then you can book nearby, and there's lots of opportunities. So hopefully you'll really strongly consider joining us. It's a great city to be in, and it's going to be a fantastic event. By far, it's going to be the best that we've ever put on. So hopefully you'll join us in Vancouver at the end of March. If you want to join us in the chat room, though, you can do that anytime, any moment of any day. Hopefully you'll go to bearbultraders.com and check it out. We've got a number of membership options from the intro right through to the Elite Annual. Of course, because it's... Wait, I got to get the... Hold on. Because it's Valentine's Day. Will you be my Valentine? See, I got my Valentines going here for you. Anyways, we want you to join us. We're going to give you a Valentine's discount. So unlike so many other businesses that jack up their rates, if you're going out for dinner or buying flowers today, you know what I mean, or trying to book a hotel, it is insanity how much they pump up the prices. We're going the other way. We're giving you a discount, so hopefully you consider joining us. That Elite Annual is a great present, either to yourself, because whom should you love more than yourself, or to some special trader in your life. Get them the Elite Annual. They'll appreciate it. So there you go, everybody. All right. Hopefully you take advantage of that Valentine's Day deal. Let's set some levels here. I want to get us back on time, but hopefully this Friday we can finish on time. Remind everybody, by the way, that we do have some financial numbers coming out at 9:15. I'll be watching those. We can give you an update for those when they come out. And that Monday is a holiday in the markets. So you get a long weekend. Not only do you get Valentine's Day today and a little bit of celebratory activities through the evening, I trust. I'll leave that up to you. Anyways, you get a long weekend to recover from it all. So hopefully you'll take full advantage of that, and we'll be back with you on Tuesday. But you got to stay tuned here through the morning, because, of course, we have live trading right after this and a whole bunch of stuff right through till noon. If you're on YouTube, in the room, of course, we go right through to the closing bell at 4. All right. Carlos, I'll hand it over to you. Set us some levels, and then all our moderators are look for you to. Speaking of Valentine's, by the way, one last thing. Sorry, before I hand over to you, Carlos. In our private chat, we were all just gushing over the fact everybody knows Brendan from the room. Brendan is off to the hospital with his beautiful wife to have a baby. What a Valentine's Day present is that, right? A new trader coming into the world. It's very exciting. So next time we see Brendan in the room, you all have to congratulate him and his wife, of course. She's doing all the work. But yeah, new baby on the way today, right now, as we speak. So very exciting. So congratulations to Brendan and his wife. So, anyways, all right, let's get to setting some levels.
Awesome, man. Congratulations to Brendan. Wishing them all the best. All right, guys. INTC is another one that we didn't get a chance to look at this morning. I'm going to add that to my secondary. It's a hit or miss with INTC. I saw a couple of you guys mention it today as well. They're getting ready to put in, man, their biggest week since like 1982, right? So it is pretty good for them the last couple of days, right? So according to Bloomberg, so it's not my numbers. I didn't do the research, but they did for me. As you can see here, this is a very nice daily. We're about to put in that nice week there. So just tells you, it's not that many companies, Peter. You can go back to 1982. I mean, this is pretty nice. Yeah, I was not even born yet. I came 2 years later, so this is nice. Nice to see that.
Really?
All right. Yeah, I came 2 years later. No, man, you're right there next to me, brother. It's just what 10 years difference. It's not nothing. It's nothing. All right, let's get to some levels here. WWRD again. This is the stock that normally I wouldn't have here, but today I think their pre-market looks good. High of the pre-market 38.45. The low is man all the way down at 18. We're up 87%, guys. I gotta look at the weekly here. What does this looks like? This all-time highs. Let's go monthly. Let's go monthly. If I could find my monthly hotkey. There it is. I am so, there it is. I'm like all over the place today. Here it is, the monthly. The monthly goes only up to 29. 29.64. So you're hitting all-time highs, which is real nice. I mean, it's a lot happening for this ticker. So it's not a whole lot you can look at besides that at 38.45. There's nothing above that there. We do have our low of our pre-market all the way down to 18, and that's all you really have. I did mark that 29.64. You can see we've been flirting with that a little bit because you don't have any more levels up here. So yeah, so there it is. Let's go to Baba. So Baba gapping up 6% here, 3.8 million shares traded, and a high of the pre-market 127.53. And then below that, guys, we do have the low of the pre-market 125.15. So we'll slam a level there as well. Towards the bottom, you see the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. This stock has just been crushing it. I don't believe they're above their all-time highs. They're not. Looking at the weekly, go back to 2020. We do have some areas here we can mark down. So we'll go off the weekly here for the sake of time. 137.87 is a good one. And then just, we're not going to get to 134. But there's another good one here too, 132.88. Sorry, I'm not showing you guys the weekly. There it is, 132.88. So definitely those two doing a good job. And then towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So Soundhound this morning, let's take a look at this. This is, man, the beautiful drop here. What does Brian say? The humanity. As we're seeing here, 110.90 is the low of the pre-market. We'll slam one there, and then towards the top, you have the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. We're going to move to the left, and get a level over here at 10.48. Below that, 9.38. In case you're feeling lucky here to flush down some more. So again, not having fun. 23 million shares traded, down almost 30%. So that is awesome. Roku, I have it on my favorites. I might move this down to a secondary. We'll see. 188 is the high of the pre-market. Your low is sitting right at 96. So we'll slam one there as well. So you guys slam that thumbs up over on YouTube. We'll love to see your support there as well. So especially on this Valentine's Day, like we should be hitting some record thumbs up on Valentine's. So let's feel the love, here from you guys. So 114 is the number right now. We'll love to be closer to 300 if we can, 400. We have 700 people watching. So thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you all. Looking at Roku here this morning, we're going to go to the left here and see what do we have. I know we've been higher for sure. Streaming service, we could do a whole podcast on streaming service and how bad it is, but we won't today. Let's look at 93.18. I'm fired up this morning. 104.02 is another great level off the weekly, guys. Yeah, we've been higher, but we got a couple of levels there we can go off for Roku. So we'll see where it goes. Volume sees a little bit, could be better. So we'll give it a little bit of time. If it doesn't do anything well, we can move over to some other tickers that look amazing today. Nvidia on the daily here, low of the pre-market 134.60. This stock is trading very, very well, guys. Must be on your list today. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing an amazing job. Above this level of resistance and support, we had both on Nvidia for both sides here. We do have a level at 137.77, and that's that's a nice area because there's some levels like slightly above and below, but that area overall has a lot of touches. 137.77 and then 139.19 towards the top. Tesla getting a nice little bounce. You see, this is what I'm talking about. One of our members on YouTube is share his loss on this, which I commend him for that. That's not easy to do. Everybody shares their wins. Nobody likes to share the losses, but he lost 30% on the swing trade he had on Tesla, and he got out here. And this is what the market does. The market has such a weird sense of humor. We're now back up. It's what it is. But, he learned a big lesson from it. So, congratulations on learning that lesson. A costly lesson, but, you learn from it, and you have to have a plan going into these trades. So, but yeah, just be careful, guys. Always have a plan. Always have a stop loss in place. 358.24 is the low of the pre-market. The high is 383. Towards the top here, we're looking at 374.03. And then another great level at 384.97. Again, two big couple of days here after a nice drop on Tesla. Let's see where this goes. All right. I think we're all set. Peter, let's show our team or tell them what our moderators are watching this morning.
Indeed. Just before I do that, I will mention the data did come out just 2 minutes ago, and that we do have the industrial production numbers that came out slightly better than expected at 0.5% growth versus 0.3%, and capacity utilization, one of the other numbers, pretty much came out on target, 77.8%. So I noticed the market didn't care, didn't react. So, but there you go. So new data. Again, that leaves us with only the business and retail inventories that are coming out at 10 a.m. this morning on that economic calendar. So be ready for that. Again, probably no impact, but said the market has moved at some of this economic data earlier this week. So we'll see what it does today. All right, our moderators, some of them have their list in already. We will let you know what that is, starting with Lenny right at the top. He's going to be watching NVIDIA, Micron, Tesla, SoundHound, Baba, Intel, and Roku. Mike is going to be watching the scanners and NVIDIA, keeping it very tight there. Avi's going to be watching his usual list, his Valentine's Day watch list, which is probably the same as every other day, I would imagine. So Magnificent 7 and AMD. I've got no IPOs and SPACs. We had a whole bunch yesterday, but none that are slated for release today. I'm watching my usual list, and then I've got more than too many, in fact. I'm going to be watching Roku, Coin, Baba, Serve, and SoundHound. Those last two, of course, on the way down. The others, hopefully, on the way up. We'll see what happens. Sean has got his usual market summary in there for all of our members. You can just click on the comment area, and you can sort of see his detailed outline for the markets. Jared's going to be watching a bunch of earnings stocks, including SoundHound and Serve. Secondary list, he's got JTAI, so a little bit of a surprise one there. Paris is going to be watching Baba, Roku, mRNA, Tesla, and NVIDIA. And Mr. Brian Pesum is going to be watching NVIDIA, Tesla, Roku, and SoundHound. All right, so that's what we've got going on. For live trading today, well, Brian's here as he almost always is, and we've got a special guest. Lenny's going to be joining him this morning. So Andrew's still on a mountain. Thor's going skiing, so Lenny's agreed to step in and trade live with us this morning through the open. And then, of course, we'll continue the live trading activities after the open with Carlos and Avi. I assume it's Carlos and Avi. And look, Andrew's in the room, so he is alive. He's out there. He's probably using his Starlink in here. So good morning, Andrew. Welcome indeed. Hopefully we've got, I said, Brian and Lenny getting ready for the open. Looks like they are. I see Lenny moving, so that's a good sign.
Yes.
Good morning,
hey guys.
Lenny.
Good
Brian
morning,
should be
all.
coming on in a second. How you doing today, man?
All good, all fine. Looking forward to some nice, interesting trading. A lot of volatility everywhere. So I'm really looking forward to everything that's going to happen today. I see like a lot of divergence between different stocks. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's moving. So pick your targets carefully out there, everybody. Trade smart. Like we mentioned, right? You do not want to make yourself grumpy for this evening. You got to be in a good mood for your special someone out there. And also, we've got a long weekend. So last thing you need to do is be, upset with yourself for 3 whole days over this long weekend as the markets are closed on Monday. So trade smart, and we will be back with you for this pre-market show again at 8:30 on Tuesday morning. So take it through the live. Brian's now joined us. Off you guys go.
Yes.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Peter and Carlos. Good morning, Lenny.
Good morning, Brian. Good morning, everyone. Morning.
How's life in Colombia?
Everything is good over here. Life is very good.
All right.
How
I
is
look
life over there?
outside here. I wish I was in. Look outside here. I wish I was in Colombia.
Yeah. And the weather is not always a lot of fun in the northern part of the world.
No, it's still got a lot of snow on the ground here on the West Coast. It's just icy. Um, I can't say that I'm really crazy about anything. Maybe SOMU, but it's already sold off so much, and it's really extended from the VWAP. Um, so I'm not really liking that very much, even though it's on my list. Um, yeah, Tesla seems to be chopping along. They seem to have gone green. We're sort of flatlining, but we have gone green on the SPY and the Qs. Um, So yeah, UPST. I'm just looking at some other stuff here. UPST has sold off quite a bit after their earnings, which they kind of blew away some numbers. Big gap up.
Now there's
So
room to the short side, right? Because you can see like a
yeah, I
sell-off in the
was thinking
pre-market
that.
at the start, and
Yeah, I was
now
thinking
it's
that. Yesterday it made a new high up at 95 and then really pulled back here. So we'll see what that does. Maybe I'll keep that on my list here. UPST. Although
by the way, for the people in
typically,
my chat room, I'm sharing my screen for the people in the chat
it's
room.
got a
So if you discuss any
widespread.
stuff, you can see it. Yeah, go ahead.
It's got a pretty wide spread on it, so I'm not really, like I said, I'm not super keen because of that. I'm going to share book map here. Tesla gapping up again today. I almost swung some overnight yesterday. I was thinking about it. Um, but never did it, unfortunately. There is a fair amount of orders to the upside on Tesla. I would say fair amount of orders in the 364 to 366 area.
Yeah,
Nvidia,
interesting.
Nvidia's got a lot of orders to the upside too.
I think Nvidia looks pretty strong. If we look at the daily chart,
Yeah,
like how it recovered from the fear of the tariffs like 2 weeks ago, only green days.
yeah,
Yesterday also
and
retesting
the
the previous day.
and the whole DeepSeek thing.
Exactly, yes. You see how fast it recovered.
Um,
And also see in Nvidia, you see the last hour since 8 a.m., you see like a lot of volume that came in. You see? A lot of volume came in, strong move
yeah,
up, coming above the range. I think Nvidia looks very interesting for today, just like MU actually. If you look at MU, you see like it really gapped up from a daily range. And also in the pre-market, no doubt being strong. MU is also the strongest from all the tech names today. So yeah, I agree. Nvidia looks good, but also I would take a look at MU today.
yeah. Sound is getting absolutely destroyed. I guess they must have had. It's probably earnings, but
I
yeah,
heard it's
gapping
something
down
with
from almost over. Sorry, go ahead.
I heard it's something has to do something with Nvidia. I'm not really sure because I didn't read it
Yes.
myself, but I heard something with Nvidia. that
Sound,
actually invested
there's been
in
a number of companies. Nvidia's reshuffled their investment portfolio, and they removed all their investment from SoundHound and Serve Robotics (SCRV), which is also down like
Okay.
38%. And they invested in a couple other companies, including what was
We
the one that
Ride.
was gapping up? We something.
We
We
Ride.
Ride. We
WRD.
Ride. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that's
WRD. There
pretty
you go.
interesting actually, because Uber has also like a cooperation with WRD, like for this autonomous driving thing. Uber made like
Right.
recently, like 1 week ago, made like a partnership with Nvidia, and now Nvidia also buying a stake in WRD. So maybe something going on, right, in the autonomous taxi, autonomous vehicle world with Nvidia, WRD, and Uber.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah, the Google Waymo thing. There's certainly, and Uber with this, the self-driving is definitely is moving forward.
Yes,
Certainly, in at least in the taxi space. So
yes,
we'll see. I guess I could watch Airbnb too, but again, spread is pretty not really great, and maybe it'll tighten up a bit.
and
Nvidia's
Airbnb is not
right
a
at an
usually
area
not an
where
easy trading stock. It's not an
Yeah,
easy trading stock,
Nvidia's right in an
Airbnb.
area where I would expect some resistance. It's right at yesterday's high, and there's an IR4 level here, 136.70, that it just rejected from. So I'd watch for a bit of a drop on Nvidia, and then maybe a move through those levels. Nvidia had a
So what do you
big
think of
big
Roku?
volume. Yeah, Roku. I'm watching that too. It looks like it could drop and pop too.
Looks good, right? Nice, interesting volume, elevated volume, 900K shares traded, 60% gap up, like a nice gap up from a daily range, pre-market above VWAP. I think Roku could potentially be good, but we have to wait a little bit and see. Now we think about Baba,
All
very
right.
extended gap up again.
Yeah, typically have stayed out. There goes Nvidia again, just it's chomping at the bit to get higher by the feel of
Yeah,
it. Um,
Nvidia looks so strong; it's already going. I mean, like we're not the only one seeing it.
yeah. Oh, AMD is looking like it's getting ready to charge out of the gate.
Yeah, and then if you look at the daily chart, there's a lot of room on AMD. Like this big sell-off in the
Yeah,
last couple of
yeah.
months.
AMD's really sold off.
They call it online the advanced money destroyer. AMD.
Yeah, yeah. It has really been just the that daily chart looks just horrible.
Yeah. People have question mark why
All
it's
right,
happening
guys.
because
Who do
yeah,
we got here? We have just a few seconds to the open. Get ready to rumble.
yeah, definitely. My main list is Nvidia MU, even though they're now already a little bit extended. I'm really curious about SOUN. I think Baba is very extended. Perhaps let's see what they're gonna do. There's Intel as well. Intel like very strong last couple of days. Not an easy trading stock, but now already
Yeah,
more than 11
Intel's
million
had
shares traded.
Intel's had a good run for sure.
And Roku, Roku now pre-market high,
Yeah,
but I think
Roku's rocking.
rocking Roku. Okay, let's go. Enjoy.
Okay, here we go, guys. Diddly doodly.
Ding ding ding.
Hang.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. What do we see happening? Just taking a first couple of minutes to observe what's happening. So SPY.
Sound is really popping here.
Sound attracting some buyers. Nice, more than 4 million shares traded in the first minute. In sound.
I'm long. I'm just got long at Nvidia
Wow. Look at the pop
on
in
that
Roku.
pullback. That was the plan. Yeah, look at Roku ripping Roku.
Ripping Roku. And Nvidia looks strong, but that's a good first 1 minute. More than 2 million shares traded, closing above the pre-market high. Second minute retesting Nvidia. It looks pretty good. Just told myself wait a couple of minutes.
Okay, I'm just I just threw a few contracts on there, sold them on Nvidia option contracts. Got in at 133, got out a lot of them at 175. See where this goes now.
Baba's selling off. Some profit
And I got
taking.
to hold here. I'm going to get out of the rest of them. Flat on
Cool.
that rest. Oh, sound just pulled back now. So let's see what NVIDIA does. That was a sort of a Pearson fail. So got a nice, I guess it was just more of a scalp than anything, I guess.
Yeah.
Roku is still looking like it still wants to go higher, maybe.
Roku looks pretty strong for sure. Just moved $4.
Yeah, the spread on it is kind of ugly.
Just I think with an ATR of $4.50,
AMD is
$4.
the one
It's a
that's
lot.
moving.
AMD doing it.
Yeah. Tesla sold off. Tesla's right at yesterday's high now. Should bounce there.
So I'm
Just
breaking
I'm
down
looking
by
at
the way now.
Roku, but I'm hesitating. I'm just hesitating to get into that. I just don't like the price action.
Phew.
Let's take a look at what it looks like on Bookmap.
It's just a bit extended.
Let's get some orders. Let's get some orders.
Here's at 105.
Yeah, I don't. What is AMD? AMD is right at this 114 level is going to be a resistance. I think there's some big orders sitting there at 114.
Yes. And you showed strength after the open. Let's see if it gives like an entry later on. Nvidia also bottomed a little bit after the market opened. The first 3
Yeah.
minutes, first 4 minutes, really bottoming
Yeah.
price action. But I feel like
There's the pullback on AMD. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. If I'd have been faster on that, I could have shorted it for a quick scalp, but it didn't.
Look at MU.
Look at
It's
that.
very
Look at
low volume in the fourth minute.
snapped right back.
Interesting
I'll
volume
take a bit of a
signal.
long on AMD. I'm long AMD, 113.55.
I'm long MU. think it's a oh, now the volume signal is gone. So let's see.
See, there you go. That's what we were looking for. 114. Selling
MU at the
some
high today
here.
now. So let's see what else is there. Baba not continuing to sell off. Upstart just being choppy.
Here we go. Yeah, AMD, baby. Yes, that was a nice grab on that pullback. That was right to the VWAP. Going to sell some more here.
Oh
This
yes,
is yesterday's high.
nice one in AMD, very nice one.
Sold, selling some,
AMD was the semiconductor with the most strength today, that's for sure.
selling more.
I'm still in MU. Well, let's see if it can go further. Looks strong. Bullish price action still intact. Still making higher lows, now higher highs. That's good. Okay, yes. Oh, yes, MU going now as well. If you guys can see my screen in the chat room. Taking a little bit of profit now. Okay. So yeah, Roku did not make the continuation, actually rejected very hard. I also think the tough thing in Roku was that it moved like a full ATR in 3-4 minutes.
Right. Yeah, like a Roku sell off. Wow.
So what else do we see? Moderna. Oh wow, there was an engulfing candle, engulfing price action after the sell-off. Moderna. Actually halted. Or not? Yeah, Moderna seems to be halted here. So Airbnb being choppy. Opa, MU's going further.
Nice. Nice trade on MU. Beauty. Airbnb is a dud. People are talking about PLTR and whoa. Wow, what happened there? Whew,
PLTR is
man,
like
what
really
a pop.
the hottest
Yeah,
stock
pop
this
and
year.
drop, baby.
Let's see what
Yeah,
happened today.
pop and drop.
Oh, rejection. That's reject looks like the rejection in Roku actually. You see, PLTR and Roku look very pretty similar.
Yeah, Roku's
I'm not sure what happened there.
in the PLTR. They came in and bought that thing right at the open, and then they nailed it. Kicked it right in the you know what. And there's AMD pulling back now. I'm gonna get out of the rest of that.
You see,
But that
Nvidia
was
trading
again
difficult today.
just yeah, just took a lot of it off. Seems like this is the kind of day where you just don't want to hang around in a stock too long. Haven't developed any trends yet.
Oh,
Just seems pretty choppy. Some stocks trying to push higher, and Nvidia did a sort of a what Jared likes to call a Pearson fail. kind of popped to new high and then immediately sold off.
SOUN sound is still hurting a lot, still selling off. I think market is not happy with and with the decision of Nvidia continuing to painfully sell off. Interesting, right? The first minute, like how it popped up and then it sold off aggressively.
Just took a bit of a short on Tesla. Getting into it a little bit late here, so I'm just scalping this one with options. So people that know me know I'm trading options, so it got just trading the 357.50s. Oh, nice.
Oh, Tesla,
I'm long
wow.
the puts, which is how I'm shorting. So I'm gonna sell some of those here at 570. Got in just around $4.
So look at Moderna going further, no longer in the halt. That is strong price action,
Ooh, here
intraday
we
at least.
go. Here we go. Here we go. Selling more.
Opa.
Selling more at 595.
MU also breaking out. Hopefully gonna reach my next target around 170. Not too much volume actually in this breakout.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to get out of the rest of these Tesla puts. 620. It's probably gonna bounce here. Oh, okay, here we go. We're at 650 now. I'm out of the rest of them. Maybe I should be hanging with them, but I think they were right coming up on S3, so I'm expecting to see a bounce here.
That's a nice aggressive sell-off in Tesla. Look at the volume, like how strong the
Yeah,
volume
look
was
at
going
that.
down. Size of the candle is a bit decreasing, but the volume is firm.
Okay, let's see how
MU
much of
almost
a
in the
bounce
target.
this is. Let's see how much of a bounce this is. I called that almost to the penny. But the question is, we're still in a downtrend. This is a bounce from oversold condition. Sound popped and dropped. Now it's coming back up.
Wow, also volatility in WRD rewrite. Look, it first popped up to 42, now trading at 31. That's also quite a volatility. I think it's not suitable at this point for day
What do you think
trading.
of that? Kind of like that. Come on, you guys got to like that out on YouTube. Drop on Nvidia or on Tesla. Picked the bottom almost to the penny. It's coming back up to previous day close on Tesla. So maybe there's an opportunity to short again here.
Yeah, Tesla now getting to the 9 EMA, also the previous day close. So Interesting to see kind of the divergence between the SPY and the Q. SPY now at the high of the opening, high of the day, and the Q is more or less at the low of the day. But yeah, Tesla now rejecting the previous day close, rejecting the 9 EMA.
Yeah, let's see what it does here. I'm shorted again. Just a smaller size this time.
Sound caught some buyers, really
Yeah, maybe some
reversing.
buyers here. I might end up getting stopped out of this trade. Some orders showing up to the downside. There are a huge number of orders to the upside on Tesla. It's maybe I'm not liking that too much, but
Intel moving up as well, INTC, but I don't think the
yeah,
price
maybe
action was ready
again
for
get it.
trading. But look at the volume in Intel, like 900K shares traded per minute, more than 1 million. That's really a lot of volume for Intel.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get out of Tesla here. Looks like it's going to push back up to so it stopped out of there. Oh, unfortunately, gave some money back, but I did nothing wrong with that trade. That was kind of expected a failure there. Didn't happen, unfortunately. So that's the way trading goes.
So probabilities, right? To take high probability trades, but
Yeah.
variant
So
and looking trades is
yeah,
part of the game.
and I adjusted my size. I took a smaller share size on that trade. Just um, level of confidence wasn't quite as high.
Yeah. So guys, where was the trend today? Where can we find a really beautiful trend today? Airbnb is expected just being choppy, forming an opening range, moving sideways. Twillo is more or less TWLO, more or less something of a sell-off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perhaps could be considered for a 5-minute ORB down. I'm still in MU, by the way. Let's see, it's forming now in the range. Made an initial move up, forming a range, but I won't be losing in this trade anymore because I took already some profit, and the rest I get out if it breaks the range or if it gets to break even. And for the rest, I'm looking now, where is the really nice trend? And the guys, people, everyone in the chat room can see my screen as well. You see, Win formed a trend, like a nice daily range gap up. Pre-market was strong, as you can see, but I'm not sure if it was really nice to trade, even though there was enough volume each minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, like a 5-minute ORB, higher lows. Yeah, I think Win WYNN could perhaps be traded for a 5-minute ORB. They reported earnings. Nvidia really trading tough today. Really choppy price action, right? I always think
Yeah,
price action is or trending or it's in a
did
range.
reject the 9 EMA.
Yeah. And MU, for example, is really trading in a range now. It made like a nice trend up. Now it's forming a range. And There's definitely some bottoming price action, but also some topping price action. So let's see if it can make another move. I'm definitely taking a partial at the high part of the range. Uh, allow I leave something to make another move up. But I think so far MU the balance is definitely to the buyers, right? We have like a nice daily range gap up, pre-market strong, late pre-market strong, opening range strong, move up like a bearish engulfing sandwich, and then now we're just forming a range. So let's see what MU will do. Actually, how the
Looks like the SPY is going to break out here.
yeah. SPY is just very strong. If you look at the daily chart on the SPY, each of the pullbacks getting bought up aggressively, right? We had like the fears
Yeah,
from the see getting bought up. Then we got the gap down from the tariffs getting bought up aggressively on the daily chart. Then we had like the high inflation earlier this week, straight away getting bought up. Also SPY at all-time high. Just feel like market is very resilient. Oh, I got my target in MU. It was at the high of the range.
Tesla's selling off again. Damn.
So yeah, I think SPY is about to make an all-time high. I think we're now can pop the champagne again.
Yeah, it's popping here.
610 7 sorry 610 78. Not yet. We need to have like more, like 10 15 cents more,
Getting close though.
17 cents more. Yeah.
Right, I'm
KMU might be
still
breaking out.
looking for another trade here.
There's really ugly price action in Nvidia. I haven't seen it so ugly for a long time. Just big
Yeah,
candles,
it's
small
bouncing
candles.
and maybe double bottom here on Tesla.
Tesla, the sellers came in again
Cues
actually.
inspire.
Upstart also very choppy price action in the end. After the market opened, just forming an opening range and trading in the range. So yeah, quite a diverse day with a lot of volatility up and to the short side. Look at DraftKings, by the way. DraftKings forming a trend. DraftKings broke out pretty beautifully. So now pullback candle. This is a nice breakout in DraftKings. They also reported earnings. Also a gap up, already some strength before the earnings. Forming an initial move up, range, and another move up. But I like to see a little bit more confirmation in the pullback for potentially taking it long. So getting out my remaining position in MU. Therefore, I took my profit at the high of the range, right? As you can see in my screen, because it can always reject at the high of the range, right? So instead of like, I think like it could form like a double top or like a triple top and then reject. So therefore, like my last partial was at the high of the range, and now MU rejected. So that was my only trade for the day so far. So sound moving sideways.
But, Just long a little bit of Tesla again, small size because it's not really a confident trade here. But I'm in at three on the 355 calls.
Yeah, Tesla also doing its own thing. So let's continue to look for stocks with a nice trend. Oh, look, DraftKings. DraftKings continue to move up. Actually, DraftKings
And
looks strong.
oh,
Take
Roku
it.
just took a whiff, another whiff lower there. I'm getting out of this Tesla trade. I don't like it. Don't like it. It's flat on that one. Doesn't seem like it really wants to pop up. It's time to break up with this my girlfriend here, Tesla, and go on. Wow, look at PLTR rip back up again. Man, that's been all over the place.
Yeah. Yes.
What's
Very
Roku look like
volatile.
here?
I think DraftKings looked interesting. I like these stocks. They're like
Yeah,
clear direction.
DraftKings. I guess DraftKings reported, right? And
Yeah, they report
they
earnings. Yes.
had earnings.
Yes. You can really see like at a certain point it broke out of the range. It initially made a move up, formed a range in DraftKings, and then it broke out at big high volume again. You can really see the high volume in 949, 950, 951. Small pullback, volume signal, right? Low volume in a red candle, confirmation candle. But still, I would have liked to see a little bit more confirmation. But yeah, they reported earnings indeed. Right, the earnings could give some very good volatility.
What have we got for 10 o'clock? We got business inventories. We're coming up on that right now. I don't really think that's going to be a big market mover.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, Tesla's glad I got moved on. Tesla looks like a dog's breakfast now. Let's see what they do with the SPY in terms of the book map and institutional orders. See if they clear them out a bit just before this number. That always tells you how much a lot of the bigger institutions and traders feel about how much a number is going to influence the market. If they really
Hmm.
think it's going to influence a lot, they usually pull all their orders down. Um, and I'm not seeing that right now. Oh, goodness,
Yeah.
it's thinning out a bit. Yeah, it's thinning out.
So they don't want to take the risk, right? And they're just taking
Yeah.
the orders out of
Well,
the
I
order book.
guess they if there's a big market move, they don't want to be exposed. Um, but yeah, you can kind of see here, looking at the book map, you can kind of see how these orders were all here, and now they're thinning out a bit. Not a huge amount, but when it's a big news event like CPI data or something, CPI is released before the market open, but you'd see this almost go black.
Yeah.
So let's see what kind of if we do get any kind of market reaction here.
20 seconds
Yeah.
away from the data release.
Yeah. Yes. Peter, how's your morning? Have you made any million-dollar
I
moves?
am no, well, I'm long AMD. I went long for a fallen angel off of AMD right off the open. So I've got a good entry at 112.60. Just sitting waiting to see what it's going to do. All right, here you go. Numbers are out.
Nice.
Business inventories were expected to be flat, exactly at 0%. They actually contracted by 0.2%, and retail inventories were expected to be up by 0.2. They're down by 0.1. So lowered numbers on both. A little bit of contraction in the U.S. economy. The market so far doesn't seem to care, but
No,
there you go.
not much. No, there's just no movement at all here.
Yeah. So there's your numbers. Down 0.2% on business inventories, down 0.1% on retail. So there you go.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Thank you, Peter. Awesome.
Peter was doing a push-up challenge yesterday. Did
Really?
you make your target, Peter?
I did. It's 18 days. I'm only on day 3 or 4 today. I think it's day 4 today. So got lots more days to
All
go.
right.
Lots more push-ups.
This is push-ups for mental health, I think it is.
Correct. Yes. So 2,000 to do over
Peter's a
18
beast.
days. So we'll get her done.
Peter is
So
a
how
beast.
many?
He did 2,000.
It's 2,000 over the 18 days, so it's like an average of 120 or so a day, but it varies each day. So they
That's significant, you know?
keep you focused. Yeah. Oh, good.
You.
When you spread them out over the day, it's not bad. So
Okay. That's good. Like, you know, like I studied psychology, you know, like, and they say like the absolute best way, like by far to keep your brains healthy is physical exercise. It's not like these brain games or, you know, like these kind of things. Just physical exercise is the best to keep the brain healthy.
Yeah, true.
Because the thing is like with these
all right,
brain
enjoy the rest
games.
of your trading, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter.
Because with these brain
See,
games,
this
you're
is the
just
kind of
like
stuff
practicing
you
that
could
specific game. Hey, go ahead. Sorry.
if you yeah, I was just going to say if you were with us yesterday at the close, could have seen you could have witnessed Peter doing
Oh, really?
his push-ups.
Doing it live. Great. That's awesome, actually. So actually, Intel, I think MU dropped at the same time with Intel. Perhaps some news came out in Intel, or perhaps in MU like at 949, 950. It seems really like a significant sell-off, and I think that's also caused MU to sell off. Yeah. So pretty interesting day. Tesla seems to be selling off further, right? Really, really ugly. A lot
Yeah,
of overlapping
it's still
candles.
trying to hold this. Still really
Low
trying to hold
bottom.
this S3 level, but yeah,
With like a quadruple bottom there. Four times the bottom.
yeah. This S3 is major support.
Chill.
It's had a big run up over the last couple of days, so
Yeah. After the earnings, it made a big sell-off, really pretty aggressively.
yeah.
Also, like last Monday, it sold over like 6%, and then buyers came in again. And I think also yesterday, Tesla gave a very nice long setup, and it really held above that high of the last of Monday and Tuesday. But today, this volatility is not the best, at least at this point. Yeah, it remains very interesting how Tesla will develop in the market as a company, and also, of course, the stock price.
So I still, I mean, the people seem to be the self-driving thing seems to be everybody seems to be very excited about it, but I kind of feel like Tesla's really like it's almost like they're they're lagging behind. I mean, you've got Waymo, who's they're already in
On the
numerous
roads.
cities. Yeah, so I mean, it just seems like Tesla's demonstration in the movie set was it still doesn't seem like it's ready for prime time.
Yeah, but what they're
So
saying
they're
is
kind
not that maybe
of
that in this
yeah.
autonomous
Oh, it's all
taxi
gonna.
thing. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, it's yeah. I mean, self-driving is coming for sure. I mean, in 20 years, I don't know how many people will actually be driving, or even 10 years.
Yeah, like I read that like in a couple of years, maybe 3 to 5 years, the technology might already be ready, but then not the commercialization. That will be like way longer. But they say
Yeah,
for sure, like regular taxis for Uber, for example, will definitely for 10 years still be around. But yeah, the sort of to really make it commercial will take a bit longer. But one day it will be there.
one day.
But it's a also very interesting development, right? Like a disruptive
Hmm.
technology, like how it will develop with the different autonomous vehicle producers and also with the taxi driver, right? Autonomous taxi, because at a certain point, like if there's no more driver, this autonomous taxi driving gonna be so cheap that a lot of people might not be interested in having their own car anymore because at a certain
Yeah, that's
point,
true.
like the price per kilometer goes so low that everybody can just use like these autonomous taxis.
Yeah, yeah. It'll help the traffic jam in Medellin. But people are talking about SMC here. It's really been on a tear since the open. I looked at that. I know Andrew was looking at it. I
SMCI.
just didn't. Yeah,
Yes.
SMCI just didn't really seem that interesting to me.
Yeah,
At the open, wasn't really looking that interesting. But man, it's just it's ripped.
that
Now
is
the
a
other
trend.
thing that's really come back here is UPST. UPST bounced off S3 here.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, I wasn't looking at that. I did not put SMCI on my
Yeah,
list because it was still in the daily range. Because it was still like trading in like yesterday and 2 days before price action. But there was some volume. But indeed, like this trend, I didn't see coming. Beautiful trend in SMCI. And Upstart, you said Upstart was also
yep,
moving now.
yeah,
Nice.
UPST. Hmm.
Yeah, UPST, yes. That's nice. Yeah.
That's nice.
But like also like why this autonomous taxi future, why they like so afraid for Tesla is because what if Tesla gonna say that they're not gonna allow Tesla cars like on other autonomous taxi networks, and then because
Hmm.
then they would get like more power in the autonomous taxi world. But I
Oh
also
yeah,
think there's
yeah,
gonna be
it's
like
got
a
that.
multiple players.
Yeah, it's got the robo taxi thing too.
Yeah, but I'm
So
not also not too afraid.
we're breaking out on the SPY very slowly here, just creeping up.
All time high, right? We're there. It's
I
like
think
510,
so.
7, 510, 610, 78. Yes. So champagne, push-ups. Now, yeah, resilient market, strong market. But political wise, a lot of things are happening, but the markets remain strong. So Tesla now breaking down, by the way. Could you see anything in it?
UPST.
UPST breaking out, yes, strong.
Wow. So look at Tesla lost that S3 level. Just took a big volume bar down here. Now it's going to come back up. Maybe this might be if we come back up and start to we might start to buy here. Tesla's Nvidia Q's breaking out. Again, it's going to be one of those days. SoundHound kind of came back here.
Oh yes. Yes, now the high of the day. I have the opening range.
Might be good. Might be.
It's not it wouldn't be bad, you know, there's like a lot of room to move, confirmation candle, high volume, some bottoming, but I'll just stay away from it because I think it also rejected the opening high and it just moved $1.50, but there's definitely some momentum in
Yeah.
sound. So DraftKings after the trend up, so you really see in DraftKings, like you see this breakout, and the second move was more or less the same size as the first breakout move in DraftKings. Very interesting. And then now we see a long range forming. Volatility died down a little bit. But honest, I would not bet on another move up, even though it definitely looks stronger than weak.
Well, I'm just looking for another trade here. Could have taken that. I'm not keen on trading Tesla, but could have taken a short off that pop back to the 9 EMA. We are sort of hanging around this S3 level, so it's kind of becoming a bit of a chop fest. The SPY tried to break out, and now we're pulling back here. The Qs still look strong.
Yeah, retesting the previous all-time high in SPY. Lower volume on the way down.
So now we're dropping. Now we're dropping a bit here.
So do you see any other potential for another setup to might take?
I'm not seeing anything. I mean, this has been going on for the last couple of Fridays. We get some nice moves in the first half hour or so, but then we kind of get into a kind of a trading range. UPST is finally taking a breather here after that pop up. Yeah, the problem with UPST is the spread is can be pretty bad.
Oh yes, definitely.
And it is pretty, and the price action's really jumpy. Look at that, Tesla's popping now. Tesla finally got above that 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart, so it's kind of a breaking a downtrend here. It's coming up to the 20 EMA. Roku. Can be tempted to short Roku, but again, the spread and it's just choppy now. It's not really setting up the way I would like a trade to set up.
Really rangy, right?
Yeah.
Really rangy.
Well, UPST is now pulling back even more.
Look,
This
Baba.
83.50 level.
Hmm.
What's Baba doing?
Yeah, yeah. Baba's now trying to break down perhaps the opening range, but I also don't like it. I don't see a clear trend in it. You see really like a lot of overlap,
Yeah,
a lot of choppy price action,
yeah.
but it seems now there's a lot of room to move to the short side. I don't think it's you can get like a good risk to reward also because you need to have like a wider stop loss because it's a little bit choppy, but it looks definitely more weak than strong. But sometimes some stock can look more weak than strong, or like the could look more strong than weak, but then there's not a good risk to reward. So, and I also don't like it too much to be honest.
Okay.
Too choppy.
See, maybe try. Hmm. It's trying to look for some different types of trades. Maybe some option trades where we could sell premium. It is a zero DTE day on a lot of stocks. So zero DTE means that the options will expire at the end of the day. So it's Friday, obviously. So a lot of these weeklies, all the weeklies will expire into today. Let's see, I feel like I could sell some 101 calls on Roku, maybe, and then just use a stop in case it started to pop back up. SPY Q's bounced. This Q's pulled back and bounced. I'm kind of back at high of day here. SPY is not bouncing yet. Look at Tesla. Tesla fine. Look at that. That was a perfect actually that should have been that was actually a good setup for a trade. I kind of gave up on Tesla, which is why I didn't take it, but that was this drop below into the low of day and then the snap right back up. That was a pretty clear opportunity to go long for a bounce. Now we rejected right at the VWAP or at PDC, I guess it is, which is close to VWAP.
Yeah.
Yeah, SPY is continuing to sell off a little bit. Qs are struggling to go higher. Yeah, volume is really starting to lighten up here as we get sort of into the trading day. Now, it's not surprising either because, of course, we are going into a long weekend. And we do know that, typically as we get closer to the close going into a long weekend, we'll typically see people start to leave work early.
Yeah.
So volume does tend to drop off.
And morning volatility is always like the best, right? The first 30 minutes, first 30, 40
Yeah.
minutes. It's
See
amazing.
if we can find something to. Yeah, AMD is is really losing it here too. AMD did this has done this a couple times. Gets right up to to a level, and this R4 level, this is maybe Javi likes to take these kinds of trades, finds levels where stocks will see resistance. AMD actually, that was a pretty decent trade too, if I'd have recognized it. We had a double top and then a lower high right at 10 o'clock. Wow, Tesla's pop didn't last very long there.
Some dumping game in. Two big candles, firm volume, also in the queues.
Okay, we got had a 920 trade there set up on UPST again. I didn't take it, but yeah, we came down below the 9 EMA, touched the 20 EMA, and bounced. But again, doesn't look like a lot of enthusiasm in this bounce yet. AMD popping back up.
Look, Baba's now selling off a little bit more. It's
Yeah,
not really
Bob is
doesn't
leaking
have the
away
juice,
here.
but doesn't really have the order flow. Doesn't have a really nice clean pullback, I think, or perhaps 10-17 because it was a nice rejection at 10-16, 10-14. But it's also like just trading so slow, no order flow. So I think it's not the best. But it
Yeah,
was.
again, we're getting into a time of day where volume's really going to drop off here. Well, one thing's going. Nvidia's trying to break to high of day here. It's sort of fighting the market trend. SPX.
DraftKings also grinding up a little bit. Just making higher lows. Yeah, DraftKings definitely had some trend today.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not seeing anything I really like. And, I don't want to just take a trade for the sake of taking a trade here. But
Nvidia looks like it's starting a trend, right?
yeah, it looks
Nvidia
like,
is
yeah,
not.
Nvidia's looking like it's breaking out here. I'm guessing we're going to see a bunch of orders to the upside. Here's orders at 138, 138, 139, 140. I don't know if we're going to get there. Let's, what is the all-time high on NVIDIA? 153.13.
Yeah.
147.63 is an all-time closing high by the looks of it. Got a good Green Day going, so I'm not really kind of figuring, unless I see something I really like, I'm just gonna kind of hang out here, and we'll see if anybody has any questions. Nvidia is looking good. Yeah, Tesla's really holding this S3 level, 350, call it 353. Right now, we're rejecting at the VWAP just not a great trade. Not a great trader today.
Yeah. I'll be also just looking for a nice trend and then
Not
try
bad
to
though.
jump in.
Not bad. Had it got a decent short at the beginning when it was trading when it was in the more volatile stage of the market open. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. So maybe SPY is gonna start to pick up again here. SPX.
Nvidia breaking out again. That's
Yeah,
for me.
it's
That's no,
gonna
there's
go
no
through.
entry.
It's gonna go through 138. I'm sure. Pretty sure.
Yeah. By the way, I'm really looking forward to Vancouver to see the city again, to see all of you again. So I
Yeah.
also hope to see more people in Vancouver end of next month. It's gonna
were
be
you
really really
were you here
awesome.
last year? I can't remember, Lenny.
Yes, I was there. It's not
Yeah,
a good
that's right.
sign
Yeah,
if
now
you can't
yeah,
remember.
now. Yeah, yeah. No, I remember.
I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. It was a lot of fun. It really surprised
Hmm.
me in many. The city really surprised me in many positive ways, and also like with the community was good. Awesome place to stay. The
Yeah.
hotel, the Paradox Hotel, nice
Yeah,
people.
Paradox is really nice because if you haven't decided yet whether to come, it's based on last year's event. I mean, it was amazing. And this year's we've got even it's even better. And we obviously when we're putting these things on, you learn what works and what how you can improve. So yeah, this is like I said, this is going to even be a better event. Yeah, Nvidia's still pushing. It's really just trying to get through this 138 level.
Yeah. And in Vancouver, it's not only we're going to discuss, of course, a lot of technical information. Going to be very intensity dense, information
Yeah,
dense, but there's also a lot of fun. We also got a lot of networking, getting to know other traders, getting to know people, but also, like having fun in various ways. So it's very complete. I'm really looking forward
for
to see
sure.
everyone again. So yeah, no, the Nvidia clearly, like in the last couple of 2 weeks, the bargain hunters got like a nice deal in Nvidia. They bought it all up again after the deep seek fears and the terror fears, because it's of course a company money making machine.
All right, there's 138 on Nvidia if you're long Nvidia.
Bubba also went further down the drain, as discussed.
Hmm.
Now the trend looked a little bit better in the last 4 minutes because you're increasing volume, candles closing at the low, size of the candles increasing, but now it's a bit too late, I think, because now you would already go for the third or fourth move. So let's see what Nvidia gonna do. Session. No, so it was a pleasure trading with you, Brian. I'm gonna hop off because there's the P Capital meeting
Okay.
for the
All right.
group B. That's going to start. So it was really a pleasure trading with all of you guys, and also with Brian. You see Baba making the sell off. So I took only one trade today in MU Micron. It really had like a very strong daily chart, gap up, pre-market strong, late pre-market strong price directly after the open, and I got like a good risk to reward. It was my only setup for the day. And yeah, I'm looking forward to see all of you again in Vancouver. Would be great to see you there. And yeah,
Yeah,
also looking forward
for
to
sure.
trade with you again soon again, Brian.
Great.
Was a
Okay.
pleasure.
Good deal, Lenny. Thanks very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thinking about,
Same.
I'm sure you got some nice, another nice day down in Colombia.
Of
Nice weather.
course. Yes. Definitely.
Just
All good days.
think about me slipping on the ice for another couple days here.
It's
All
cool.
right.
Now, you're always
Take
welcome to
care.
come here.
All right.
Take care.
Tesla's. Yep.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Tesla looking like it might go to 350 here. You're losing it on the SPY a bit. It's really SPY is kind of struggling. Qs and SPY both bit of a challenge to move up here, and so we're just chopping along here.
Hey Brian, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you, Abby?
Good.
Friday
Enjoying
nights.
all this. Yeah, Friday night,
Yeah.
Valentine's night, lots of love from the markets. So here we are.
You getting love from the market
Enjoy.
today?
A little more than yesterday, so yes. Might
Okay, good.
as well take it when it comes. How's your trading been so far?
It did good actually, and a little bit choppy, but I got Nvidia at the open. My seems to be one of my favorite trades now. Just stock gapping up, looking strong. Waiting for that little pullback at the open, profit takers, and then jumping in. So I've got a nice trade on that on Nvidia.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got pretty much the same. Got into Nvidia off of the 136 area and took a lot of
yeah,
chunk off at, about a dollar 50 up, and I'm still in it for the rest of the day. So let's see. Looks good, looks bullish, looks like fun. Hey,
yeah.
YouTube guys on YouTube, hello. I gotta say, guys, today I promise I will not talk as much as I did yesterday, because yesterday was 5.5 hours on the microphone and my voice
Oh
just
God,
hurts.
that's a
It was-
lot
Yeah.
to cover.
Yeah.
Stefan, you were trading. Yeah. We're just looking here at the in YouTube, Stefan long Nvidia L, nice. It's another way to trade Nvidia. If you don't want to trade options, you can always look at that. Tesla broke down. You can always trade the ETFs that give you a bit of beta. They actually are using options to get that kind of a return.
Mhm. Yeah. The leverage works both ways, guys. So you just want to be aware of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Otherwise, we're just having fun.
But yeah, good opportunity there. So Tesla or Nvidia's been on a real nice comeback here.
Yes. Good fun. And Tesla broke down. We had Apple was very nicely bullish for a while. And look at that. Apple went to the level about 244.40. And sure enough, the behavior changes at the level. So lots of interesting activity again. And you guys want to see something cool? Look at this. Google hit a level and off it goes. If you have a setup to short it up at that area, that's, you gotta love these levels. It works nicely. And then again, breakout, retests. There's another short right there. So the opportunities
There
are
we
there.
go. Yeah, just slapped a little short here on Tesla.
Nice.
Very quick trade, guys, just because this it was not a great entry, not a trade I'd be particularly proud of, but just saw this level here and we were coming down to it. This 350 level, there were a lot of orders right at 350 on the level two.
Nice.
So we got a nice little move on some options there.
Mhm. I love it, Brian. You're scalping options nowadays, huh? Isn't that great?
I know, eh? learning from the master.
Don't even start. Don't even start. You know how much I've learned from you? I can't even tell
Yeah,
you.
can't they say you can always teach an old dog new tricks, right? Or they say you can't, but
Well, then you're
I
no
gotta
old
be
dog.
the I gotta be the exception.
There you go. Yep, yep. Fun. So yeah, guys, I'm still in this Nvidia thing as well. It's nicely just on its way. My target is 139. It might take a few hours to get there. It might not. Whatever. Just let it go. I'll show you guys the setup. I took one stop earlier on Nvidia and then I caught the move. Basically, you see these big wicks down there at the bottom on Nvidia. New 1 minute high. So that first big hammer I got in long and that didn't work. So I stopped out and then put in another hammer. So I took the position again and took the partials near the top at the level and then now just holding that for the rest. And I did it with options. I can show you the options. Here it is. That's the entry, some exit, added some more. Stop is better than break even and still on its way. So that's I took out of the money options in this case today. So that was fun. Get a little more pop out of it.
Yeah, if yeah, you really got to get the stock to move in the right direction. But yeah, if you do use the out of the money as they get closer, you're um, certainly the price. You get that nice price acceleration out of the price of the options.
Yeah. Yep. You gotta have good timing on that. So if the thing goes in your favor fairly quickly, it's good. Otherwise, it decays against you as well out of the money. So a couple of details, but yeah, once you are confident about your setup and the move and the direction and all that, then out of the money is pretty good. If your entertainment guaranteed. Gosh.
Retirement
Absolutely.
guaranteed.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm just here for entertainment, guys. This isn't about training. What the hell? Oh shit.
picking up all our
Sully Trader, you want to know why?
picking up all our lingo,
Yeah, it's all there.
Mr. Entertainment.
Oh gosh, I'm picking up too many nicknames these days. That's becoming a problem.
Yeah, Abenacci.
Yeah, I feel like that's only the start of it. Can get naughty.
No, Abby's. I can answer that question about Abby. Abby's trading the weekly options. I don't think you're not going out future weeks on your day trades.
No, I'm just other than that, just avoiding zero DTE. Like today, I avoided zero DTE. I went with next week's Nvidia call options. But other than that, no, it's always this weekly option. That's all.
Really,
Yeah,
I'm
next
surprised.
week's
So
fine.
you avoid the Friday, the zero DT. So you don't trade the zero DTs on Friday.
Well, it's interesting. I do if I'm trading in the first 10 minutes or so. And then later on, I expect I'm going to have to hold these things for an hour or 2 hours. And so I'd rather not be in zero DTE kind
Right.
of positions. So for that reason, like even when I
Okay.
went on video today, past 10 a.m. was after 10 a.m. was my entry, and it was zero DTE. Oh, sorry, it was next week's. That's the only thinking behind it. But I don't have really a big problem with zero DTE. It works fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm. Yeah. And we have Sully Trader. You want to know about the hammers on the chart, why they're important? Well, for my trading, um, I'm basically looking for the price to get to a level, and when it gets to a level, I'm watching the price action there. And all I'm really looking for are candlestick patterns. And these hammers are very, very powerful candlestick patterns, especially if you look at Nvidia, it's put in some massive long tail hammers. It's telling you that with these bullish hammers, it's telling you that the price went down, and basically that's when the bulls got excited. It was cheap around 135.50 or so, and that's when the bulls really wanted to buy it. They bought it, and it never went down to test that level again. As in, these bulls were very, very strong players in the market, perhaps, and they're diamond hands. They're not just going to get out of it. You can see the bid just keep stepping up. These hammers are very, very telling. Big, long wicks, tiny body. It's telling you who's winning the fight between bears and bulls. So for me, a hammer candlestick at a level is it always opens my eyes up a little and makes me interested. Yeah. And who of you guys was here yesterday at the webinar we had? That was like 2 hours, man. You guys gotta stop this. YouTubers. Every time
Or
you'll
that
come into a web,
webinar, what was that webinar about?
it was about how to find your own trading style. What's the process you should be going through? How to think about it? How to approach the matter? What's the attitude? Those sorts of
Hmm.
things. And yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. A lot of people came and a lot of questions, and so it went into
Nice.
2 hours. Yeah, enjoyed it. But man, that's it. I can't speak no more. I just I just can't, I'm not used to this. Yeah,
That's a
it's
long time to do a webinar though. I mean,
yeah,
we
and that
used
was
to,
after.
we do like the 1 hour ones, and you know, and they go out hour and 15, and it was fun, but it's tiring, mentally tiring, because
Yes,
people
yes,
have,
it.
a lot of questions, and you want to give the best answers you can.
Yep, it is
So that two
exhausting.
hours, man,
Uh,
it's crazy.
and that was after about 2.5 or 3 hours of already being on the microphone here on YouTube and mentorship stuff, and it's just oh man. So that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. Today, I'm not singing for anybody. My voice hurts. Yeah. Let's see. We got questions here. Hey guys, yeah, y'all were there yesterday. Cool. Well, Jonathan Russell, what's the impact I'm seeing by changing to the 1 minute candles? My purpose for going to the 1 minute candles is that I'm trying to get tighter entries. So entries where the stop losses are closer to the entry, which allows me to put on bigger size and ideally also enter the move earlier, capturing more of the move. And so far, going to these 1 minute candles, I'm able to achieve that with the strategy I'm using these days. So that's the impact of it. But you also got to be careful with the 1 minute candles. There's a lot more candles, right? So you can easily start seeing patterns everywhere. If you're not careful with yourself, you got to make sure you're not creating stuff in your head, phantom patterns and stuff. You can be susceptible to that. You get triggered by every couple of 1 minute candles in a row, then it's probably not for you. So those are the few disadvantages and advantages of the 1 minute candle. And yeah, Nvidia dropped. I took the exit on that a minute ago. So that's it. Nice trade. Done for the day with that one. Um, Rohit B, is there recording? Yeah, so that actually, yeah, it was recorded and we're sorting it out in Trading Terminal. Can have a section there where all these webinars are coming together. I'll make sure that gets done. I can probably do it today after this session and get all that uploaded nicely. Got quite a few of them actually to upload. It's probably like 10 hours worth of material. So we have that. Um, yeah, you're welcome, guys. That was fun yesterday. Always fun. So, what is going on here? Microsoft is interesting. Oh, let's see what's really happening here. At the level reversed, I don't see a setup or a way to get into it. Already did a reversal. Here you go, guys. You were asking about a hammer earlier. You got one on Amazon as well now, and sure enough, it's pushing the other way. But this is happening not close enough to the zone I'm interested in. I'm interested in this 128 zone, so I wouldn't even bother with it over there. Once it gets closer to this area, then I'll pay more attention and see what happens. So that's how that works. BZ Capital. Yeah, you like the levels? Cool, man. They're not 8 a.m. levels anymore. There's a word for them now. Anyone want to guess that? And yeah, I'm waiting for them to hold those levels. I'm waiting for particular patterns at these levels, very specific patterns. You can actually see here on Amazon right here, you have these big hammers again we were just talking about. And sure enough, that's where the sellers took over and it never even went back up there. So these hammers are powerful. Juan Gomez, the levels for Amazon, it's on the screen here. I got 228 and 229.50. There you go, Division V. You got it. It's Friday. We can joke around a bit. It's okay. Oh, yeah.
Heavy levels. Another name for you.
Yeah. Oh God. I'm gonna have to go disappear for a while before I pick up too many nicknames. Yeah. Oh no. There you go, guys.
All right. Well, my shorting the 101 calls on Roku seems to be working out here.
Ooh, nice. You shorted the calls. Cool.
Yeah,
101. Wow. What was the premium you
they
got
just
for that?
yeah, 80 cents.
Okay, cool.
So I was going to give it a $1.20
Hmm.
sort of range. Not a lot, not a big size.
Cool. Shorting those. Is those today's expiry?
Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd short Roku calls on the day after earnings or day during earnings.
Yeah,
I
I
wouldn't.
get that.
If I do this trade, which is like shorting after an earnings report, I usually like to wait a day or two just to let the dust settle.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. It
But
can
I
get really wild.
haven't, yeah, I haven't done some of those. I used to do a lot of those trades. Used to wait for kind of wait for the earnings report, and then let it, a day or two, a couple of days go by, and then when the stock finds a new level and the volatility is kind of you try to find a level and you try to find a stock that still has a bit of volatility in the options and sell them at whatever level you think is the high or the low that was put in. So
Yeah, cool, man. I like that.
look at Tesla's popping back up here again.
Mhm.
Again, we're really
Yep.
just God, the markets are just flatlining basically.
Mhm. Yeah, they're just going one way and then coming right back to where they started. So that's
Yeah,
s- but that provides these opportunities as well. Just moves, 1 minute moves. Doing here. Oh, sorry, I missed the whole thing here on YouTube.
AMD. I thought
What?
AMD would have been a
Good.
good setup for you.
Yeah, it tempted me. Tempted me early, especially the reversal off the top, but it was just too
Yeah,
wide, as in the levels were too close and the entries would have been too far from the levels. And again, if I had a little doubt in it, I don't take the position. So I had some doubts here, and so I let it go. Indeed, Tesla was really interesting earlier as well, but I didn't touch it. But here you go, guys. Look at this on Tesla again. This double bottom kind of pattern here on the 1 minute chart, where you have the second bottom is higher than the first one. That's a good sign. Then the new 1 minute high would be the entry for that reversal. But it's just not happening close to a level that I'm interested in. It's kind of in between two levels. So even though it's happening at a significant number at 350, I'm not gonna touch this. But this is the kind of pattern I look for. It wasn't a downtrend, a double bottom at the level. I would have taken this reversal. But yeah, just one thing is that it was too far from the level, so I didn't touch it. What do we have? DJ points you want to know about? Do you ever find your levels are more to your benefit when they happen to overlap key half point increments on Amazon? Yeah, that's nice, when they line up with numbers. It's nice. But then, I mean, I've done this before where I look for multiple pieces of confirmation. So you get liquidity at a particular level, at a particular big round number. You see something on the order book, as well as it's like yesterday's high or something like that, some big level. And you put three things together and you figure, okay, that's an important place to take a trade from or to target. Um, and what I've discovered is in doing things this way, I'm getting the same result. So I'm not even looking at anything else. I'm not looking at the numbers. I'm just looking at these horizontal lines. I could care less about the numbers here. That's the thinking. I'm curious about Amazon at the moment. Oh dear, there it goes. Oh, I was gonna short Amazon a moment ago, but it went without me. That was interesting. Tesla's doing the same kind of thing. Anyways, there we go. Alex Haley, you want to know about below 353 on Tesla? Well, let's see, what do we have next? I haven't put a line down there. Let's move the whole line structure. I have 347.90. So let's see if Tesla wants to break 350, then it's there. And 350, look at that. It's right in the middle between two levels. It's not where I would touch anything. Not in any position now. What else do we have here? Nadeem Jamal, yeah, that's a very good point. It's important to wait out, sit out the open, especially early on in your trading journey. Um, it's important to show up at the open and observe and get the screen time and listen to everyone who's doing it, who's trading the open and what they're seeing. But you try and jump in early, it's more likely than not it's going to eat you up. So observe it, wait, give yourself a rule, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. I actually have traded the open over the years, and I actually brought back my rules more recently where I'm just avoiding the first 10 minutes. I can catch better, bigger moves later on anyway. So I'm doing that nowadays. But yeah, early on in your trading journey, it's very, very important. I think that's a good way to save your money.
Yeah, it's just a different way to trade, basically. like I I'm looking for trades at the open, whereas Javi's kind of sitting back waiting for waiting for a trend to develop. So again, this is all, I guess, what you were talking about is finding your edge, finding your trading style.
Yeah, absolutely. Show up and observe, and then you'll see what resonates with you. It could be open trading, so then you got to practice that and get good at it and understand, volatility, momentum, all that stuff. Looking for catalyst stocks and how they work. And you can plan trades like, Brian Fransley's Rising Devil kind of trades and Fallen Angel kind of trades. You plan them
Yeah.
before the open even. So there's all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean it's typical like these trades that have been setting up nicely at the open for with the little pullbacks and then the pop-ups. You kind of have to read the pre-market a little bit and just have a general sense of how the stock has been trading. Like Nvidia's been strong for the last I don't know how many days now, but again, just a great opportunity for a pullback on that one this morning. Get long.
Yeah, NVIDIA, very cool, huh? You can plan that. You can see how it behaved for the last few days. Bargain hunters, huh?
Okay. Yep. Okay, here we go. SPX or SP and the SPY are moving. SPY is moving back up. Qs are back at high of day.
Good activity going on here. NVIDIA again, finding new buyers as well.
Yeah, look at the Qs. The Qs are going.
Yeah, seeing everything moving. Hey guys, when I traded the open, the way I found a way to do it successfully was actually planning the trades before the open. I used to look at 30-minute charts and do fractal patterns and all that. That's the only way I actually managed to do it consistently. So that ORB stuff and all was just not for me. And also I didn't appreciate the rewards with the ORBs because you get a lot of 2R kind of trades, or break even quickly, partial quickly, all that stuff. It just wasn't satisfying. So again, yeah, you find your way. You find your way. You got to show up every day and pay attention and see what clicks with you. But to know what clicks
Yeah.
with you, you got to explore a lot of things. Yeah. What else do we have here? Meta, Google. Oh, Meta is so wild. I still haven't been able to truly catch a big runner on Meta recently, but it runs and runs and runs all day. Picks a direction and then it puts in a big one. Oh, doing here.
All right. Here we go. Queues are breaking out now. Let's get along some QQQ options just for a laugh.
Nice.
Here we, wow. Look at that. Nice pop there.
Yes. Look at that.
All right. Well, and that's how we're going to end the day.
Nice. Nice job.
See if we get, see if we can get a move right back up to this 537, close to 538 on R3.
538 for you, huh? Wow. Yeah, that's a move.
Yeah, we're another 50 cents maybe. Here we go. These options are at 292 now. I'm trading the 535s, QQQs.
In the money calls. Nice. Look at them pop.
Yeah.
Love it.
See if we get see if I can get $3 out of them. $3 fill. Getting
Oh,
close.
very
SPY is
nice.
near back at high of day here. Come on. Got 5 more cents. 5 more cents. Come on.
Talk to it, Brian. Talk to it. Romance it up.
Yeah. So they're kind of front running that, kind of feel like they're front running that level.
Mm.
Okay, Kevin, thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. It's on YouTube. Remember, you can join us. You can join us live in the trading room. Get access to some good stuff, literature, webinars, onboarding session.
All the good stuff, guys. It all happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Microsoft made the move. Just didn't find an entry on this. Well, no setup, no trade. Tesla is
539 on the Qs, I think, is all-time high. And it's kind of where we're stalling out here a bit, getting really close to that.
39, yeah. That is interesting. It's great when it breaks all-time
Getting really
highs and
close
then,
to that.
yeah, if it can break, it pops fast,
Yeah.
right? All-time highs
Yeah.
makes it really exciting. Yeah. Ooh, Tesla. I was just looking at it a moment ago, guys. This thing just, whoa, there it goes. That happened fast. 348's the
Wow.
next
Yeah,
area down.
damn, eh? Look at that. Geez, what
Yeah.
happened there? Tesla they just destroyed that. Came back to my break even on these. I'm gonna have to get out of the rest of them.
Yeah. Ooh, big drop, big drop.
Yeah, I'm
Almost a
out
good
of the
setup too. We
rest.
could broke. Yeah. Retest of the
Dang.
area and then amazing.
What Q's really rejected. You see they were front running that level. And I'm not gonna let it get there.
Very cool.
All right. Well, I'm going to sign off here, guys, and yeah, hope everyone had a decent day today. Give us a like if you like the content. We want to keep doing this for everybody out there. So yeah, just remember that. Wow, look at Tesla, the humanity. You just remember that Monday is a holiday. Don't show up looking for us. We'll be taking the day off, and as you should be too. Abby, got any plans? Hanging out with the family?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do some silent retreat stuff, man. Just gotta keep my mouth shut for a while. 3 days quiet, just silence. Like too much talking.
Great. Yeah. All right. Good. Sounds
Thanks,
like a
man.
plan. Just
Yes.
kicking back, taking it easy. All right, I will be doing
Yes.
a swing trade. I will be doing my swing trade video on the weekend, so you can check that out. It's on YouTube. Just search my name, Brian Pezin, Pezin. If you want to check out my thoughts on this week's price action and where we might be going next week, as well as some opportunities for some swing trades, um, possibly. So yeah. Everyone, take it easy. Abby, have a great weekend.
Thank you, Brian. You take it easy too. Have a
And
good one. Talk to you
yeah,
soon.
cheers, everybody. Take it easy. Have a great one.
All right,
Awesome.
Brian, take care. I'm just going to switch off from our chat room. We're going to continue on YouTube here with Avi. So let me just disconnect here. And Thor will be in the. Actually, Thor's off today. I forgot who's covering for him in the chat room. But yeah, we're going to disconnect. Give me 1 second.
Hey, YouTube. What am I missing here in the chat? Gosh, I was looking at Tesla just a moment before that happened. I was like, wait a second, why didn't I see this retest? And it consolidated in the area, broke out. That's the retest. That's a pretty good setup for a short. You have like two possible opportunities to enter. I guess I was too busy talking. And boom, that was the trade. I just didn't look at it until it was right before it really did the big drop. I'm like, oh crap, that thing was a setup. Anyways, that's that. These things happen. It's been that kind of week. So what else? Anyone catch that Tesla move? Anyone was in it? We got a question here. Man, you guys have such long names here, or whatever you call them. Larga Vida. Okay, whatever. Here, you entered Microsoft after the hammer on a 5 minute. What do you think? Let's have a look at Microsoft. You entered what? Long, short? Which hammer? Down at the bottom here? That would have worked, but I don't know what you're talking about here. That's the only kind of hammer I see. I don't really see much of a hammer, really. What else we got here? Eric, your order just got hit on Tesla to the downside, 349.42. You got a $6 move. Oh, nice. Great job. Got in where about 355. All right, there you go. Captured a bit of a reverse ABCD pattern, a continuation play, it looks like. On a 5 minute, even on a 1 minute, same sort of thing. Nice work. Nice. There you go. Ham 11111. You shorted Tesla at S2, which is 353. Same level for me, right? Isn't it great? All these levels align. Makes life easy. Just makes life easy, right? Yeah, day trading is a tricky business. So if you can find ways to make it easy, then make it easy. And then whatever soothes you, whatever simplifies the matter. That's the way I like to think about it. Yeah, these Tesla levels are exactly off of the 8 a.m. candle. There it is, 8 a.m. and just measured moves. Same question as yesterday, guys. Do we still have any non-believers in the house for these measured move levels, Fibonacci levels, whatever you want to call them? Ooh, what else is good here? Nvidia. Nvidia is a possible double top. Possible. It's hard to short this thing. So had a big bullish run. One top, second top's lower. You'd have a few opportunities to enter. Looks like it's on its way down now. So I see that. If this is a seriously good double top, if it truly works, I mean, just look at the proportions of it. It's pretty large, right? So the move down should be large. I would realistically target this level down here at the bottom of the 8 a.m. candle. But this takes hours to go. This is the kind of thing, if you entered a few minutes ago, you're gonna don't look at it. Just leave it alone. Yeah. Car, you made life easy. Great. Okay, cool. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you. Mike C, remind you how to set these levels? Yeah. NVIDIA, you see it on the chart, the high and low of 8 a.m. of the 8 a.m. candle. Measure that distance and draw levels further up and further down. That's it. That's all I'm doing. There you go, Eric. You're doing the Keltner channels at those levels on Tesla. Okay. There you go. Cool, cool, cool. A whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. Oh man, it has been an exhausting week. Let's see, what do we have? What do we have? Tesla's just gonna sit there for a bit. See, guys, here's an interesting point. Take a look at this. Um, you would think that Tesla did a hammer down here, the new 1 minute high would be the entry for the reversal. I wouldn't take this hammer. This is not the way I trade. Because this hammer has happened right after a massive candle in the other direction, a giant candle. If this happened a few candles later after some indecision, small candles, then it put in this kind of hammer, then I'd say, all right, this is a reversal ready to go. And I'd get into this. So there are details to why and when to get in and not get in and all that. Maxi, you want to know about your options aren't calculating your wins correctly? It's getting stuck. Who do you want to complain to? Don't complain to me. I'm not going to fix your options. No. Options are squirrely and crazy, man. Be careful with options. Please be careful with them. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, Meta. Guys, you guys got me looking at the wrong stuff, huh? Look at Meta. Look at that. Just ugh. Let's put some more levels on this chart, huh? I'll draw a whole new set of measured moves. There it is, approximately there. Well, There we go. 737.5. Next level up, and there goes Meta. Boom. Smacked right into that. We having fun yet? Absolutely smacked into it. Google account. Do I have different rules for strategy for long or short? No. If you flip the screen upside down, you'll see the trades that look the same, long or short. I don't have directional rules, put it that way. So no, the same strategy. It's just upside down. B Davis, you enjoyed the webinar? Cool, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming last night. You guys had me up till midnight doing that webinar. And by the time I was able to cool off and go to bed, it was like 3 a.m. Shit, man. But I'm glad it's worth it. I'm glad you guys liked it. It's good to do that once in a while. Always a good time. So, Matt, how do you trade Meta with such a chart? I have not traded Meta today because I haven't seen a setup today. I don't see anything in it. I mean, I see moves, but these moves are happening without providing the setup that I would take. So I have not taken a setup or an entry. You want to know about, see the 5-minute on Meta at 10:30. 10:30, 10:30. Oh, there you go. That's an interesting one. Good call. Huh. I like this. You can see Meta pushed up, struggled, came back, and basically tested the level. So after this hammer, the new 5-minute high, that would be an entry I could take. I just don't have the 5-minute charts up. I'm watching 1-minute charts these days. But yeah, that would be an entry. The stop would be below the candles. You tighten it up as it goes. You would have smashed into target, add back in more for the next target. You can still do that all day if it still wants to go. There you go. Pick your time frame, right? I'm just on the 1 minute. So this on the 1 minute, there was nothing. But on the 5-minute, yep, there was one opportunity right there. Man, now you gave me FOMO. What the hell? All right. It happened a while ago, like 10:30 in this area. Osper, Apple short. I did not trade Apple, did not touch Apple. It was weak. It hit the level and it moved down. It just didn't give a setup that I would look at. And for now, it looks like it's just stuck. It just doesn't want to go anywhere. It's in this big area. I wouldn't touch it. I'm not touching it. Google. Guys, look at that. Google's bouncing off right now and going. Yeah, boom, there it is. Power Nation kickout, recorded the webinar. Yeah, and that's gonna be on Trading Terminal now. I'll organize that section where I've got all my previous webinars in there and stuff, so you guys can watch those recordings. And on the strategy stuff, yeah, in the BBT Education Center, there's a short video in there of the strategy I'm using here. And of course, there's a lot more in the Education Center, longer videos and details. But just to help you get going, get started, I have a good wide view perspective of the strategy. That's over there in BBT in the Education Center. Hey, Carlos, happy Valentine's Day to you, buddy.
Hey, happy Valentine's, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yes.
Today?
Having a good,
Awesome,
yeah,
man.
having a good time,
Awesome.
getting the love from the market. So happy to be here.
Ah, that's sweet. That's sweet, man. Dude, great webinar yesterday. I was on there listening. I left. I know you, I'm not sure how long you went, but I left when the Q&A started. But but yeah, man, really, really great stuff. Especially the beginning part with the 80/20. Like that's so true. Again, you guys got to see it. If you didn't, you're missing out. But a lot of, and regardless what you trade, doesn't matter if you trade different styles, different setups. This webinar it can help anybody. It's a lot of great information that's general to a lot of to traders. Period. So good stuff, man. We really enjoyed it. So that was
Awesome, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the feedback. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, good stuff. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully, you guys doing well over on YouTube land. Hopefully, everybody's doing awesome. Do
Nice.
do I have my chocolates wrapped up with the notes ready? I do not because I can't use that anymore. I never used it once. Can't do it twice. So, uh, yeah, yeah. And in all fairness, actually I didn't use it. I didn't personally use it. My wife gave it to me that way, right? So I can't give that back to her. So I got to come up with something new. So, got a couple of gift baskets that I made and balloons and stuff like that and flowers, of course, and I'm doing a basket for my daughters, and I'm doing a basket for my son. Just hope it'll be nice. It'll be nice. Looking forward to it. And we have a nice dinner planned tonight, so it'll be a good time. So,
Nice. Good stuff. Good
uh,
stuff.
meta, 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 meta. It is.
Yeah, that is
There's no
not.
more Magnificent Seven. It's just meta. It's
Yeah.
the Magnificent Seven is all meta. I mean, it's just wild, man. I love it, love it, love it. This stock is one of my favorite stocks to look at, and I gotta say, I gotta do the Brian here. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it
Oh, yeah.
going back when this stock was at $70. I'm like, Mark is gonna figure this out, and he did. Actually, it was like $95, and he did figure it out. Figure it out. So,
Fantastic.
Magnificent One. Agreed. Agreed.
Nice.
Um,
What'd you do today, Carlos? You get into some good stuff? Good
No,
opportunities?
man, I didn't trade today, man. I got so frustrated this morning on some other stuff. Just really threw me off my game, and I was fuming. Like my head got red. I'm just like, I can't trade like this, man. This is not gonna go well. So I just watched. I really was off my game. Um, but um, but yeah, it's okay. I had a great week. I'm not feeling FOMO or anything, but I'm actually proud of myself, man. To pat myself on the back a little bit. I knew I would. It was mentally I was not ready to trade. I knew it. I'm like, this is not gonna go well today. So,
Yeah.
so that's just I didn't walk away because I had to be here controlling some stuff. But I would if today if I didn't have to be here controlling stuff in the back end, I would have walked away. I'm like this is that day where I just shut it down and just go about my business. Um, but yeah, it's knowing man when not to trade is so important. I've been here before many times. Because then you want to take your anger and payback on the market. Because the market's gonna bend you backwards and tell you and advise you who's boss, right? So I didn't need that on a Friday. It's Valentine's, but I'm much better now. Much cool now. Much better. So the patience kicked in. So
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. You're well aware of when you're not fit to trade, and great, man. That's
yeah,
that's a big
yeah,
part of
man.
risk management right there.
Oh, dude.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know
Very
if it's that or getting older and wiser. It's so funny. It's just a little advice as we look at stocks as well. I wrote an email on this, and I'm just typing away. I'm just like, and then I
nice.
waited like 20 minutes, 30 minutes before I sent it, and I reworded everything because I'm like, okay, whoever I'm sending the email to, it's not their fault. So let's take out all these curse words. Let's revise this. It's just a good rule to have. Like if you work a 9 to 5 and you're gonna write a spicy email, write it because you want to get it out, and just come back in 30 minutes. I did this in my 9 to 5 all the time. I used to write these emails like, all right, let me walk away, come back. I'm like, okay, more calm, still get the point across, but it could be done nicer, and that's exactly what I did. So, but yeah,
Good.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Wiser. Wise. You do that a few times, find yourself in trouble, and you know not to do it again and find better ways.
yeah, absolutely. Um,
Nice. Nice. In the
all right, what
chat
are we
here we
looking
got
at, guys? SOMI? What is that?
uh,
You mean
Rabowski
SMCI?
taking the setups. Good for you, man. Congratulations. We got Rabowski here in the chat talking about he was down after a couple of trades, but stuck to the trade book just to take the setup if they come, and now he's green. So there you go. Stick to your
Sweet,
process, and you got
sweet.
it. Nice, nice work.
Um,
What do we?
Tamako, you put SOMI, but did you mean SMCI? I'm not sure which ticker that is. It didn't come up for me if that's a ticker.
Look at this, guys. This big double top on Nvidia working nicely as well. If y'all caught that, huge one. I'm not in it, but this is picture perfect.
Nvidia's been trading very well, giving a lot of opportunities, so that's nice.
Mhm. Yep.
You guys remember we talked about QBTS yesterday, and just quantum overall and getting into these stocks. I actually did put an order in on QBTS, but I have not been filled. I want to get closer to to five. I don't think it's coming back down to five. Though I'm looking at it today. I should have just got in yesterday, whatever price it was. It's up
Yeah.
pretty nice this morning, so we'll see. But I got a limit order for a possible swing trade in QBTS. Let's see. Let's see if we get filled, and then it might take a couple of days for it to come back down if it is going to come back down.
Nice. Here you go, guys. I'm beginning to see a possible opportunity on AMD breakdown. Again, that wedge triangle, descending triangle thing.
Yep.
Possible. It's getting there. Could be not, don't know.
See how it
Interesting.
goes
Yeah.
here.
There it goes. AMD. Boom. Drop. Got that pop out of it. You guys caught that?
Man, nice drop.
Wow.
Nvidia's dropping too. Nvidia's not loving the fun right now.
Nvidia, there it goes. Apple's the same sort of story at the moment. Things want to go down at the moment. You can even see this, guys. Again, these are setups that I would typically like to take. You got double top on Microsoft. Seems to be working. You got Apple did a reversal up there, but then did a double top later. So after the big bullish move, that's the double top and the drops happening. So fun stuff. Market always provides. It's a gold mine, and we're just lucky to be here. Nvidia now is where you take those profits off. There it is in that zone. Very nice. Nope, I'm missing stuff here on the chat. Let's see. News chat. Oh, was there news just now? Retail sales down. Was there news today? Carlos, I think you might know about that.
There was a couple of headlines, but there was nothing that I saw that stuck out as big market moves as far as the stuff we have scheduled to come out. So I'm not
Yeah.
sure what else is driving things down. But the last couple of minutes in the SPY, we've been seeing a downturn, and now we just broke. We went red on the SPY just recently, so that could be affecting some stocks as well. We're just right at the previous day close, but look at the bounce on the SPY right now, man. So we went all the way down 609.41, back into the green. So I think you're just seeing some volatility on overall, and usually tech is pretty good at moving around when things like this are happening.
Man, this makes me want to go back to SPX options. Looking at this on a Friday like this, like, oh man, it's a huge catch this kind of move with SPX 0DT. Those so wild, so much
Yeah.
volatility. My goodness, that's just it's almost destructive. It's wild, wild, wild. Table tennis and Jay. No, I did not trade Nvidia. I didn't. I was looking at the pattern. I didn't take that. Qs. Yeah, what else?
DKNG's strong all day today, still up 12% right now. So that one's been didn't have this one on my list. I know Peter mentioned it, but they're still crushing it, man. Had a good open. Might be how does the double top look here? Might be setting up, but looks interesting.
It's a very big double top.
Yeah,
You would have had the
looking at
entry
it
a
at
little
5
while
minutes,
back.
Yeah.
And, yeah, 5 minute as well. It's there if you have a leveled in the 53 area. The opportunity was there, or still is possibly,
Mm-hmm.
as far as candlestick patterns are concerned. DraftKings or Donkey Kong or whatever the hell you want to call it. I get so mixed up, man. Brian always mixes me up. He's changing the names of every ticker out there. He's been doing that for years. Come on, man.
Yep.
I can't focus. Oh, well, all good fun.
Yeah.
Oh, and here you go, guys. Look at this. We're talking about that AMD did the breakout, and turns out it was a false breakout. Again, personally, I don't trade this stuff for this reason. You end up with so many of these. So you get the pop, you partial quickly, you're at break even quickly, you're in and out, and it's quick and it's small. So I just avoid these kinds of setups. But you know, they're not too difficult to identify. You can see these wedges. I show them to you every day. And I do different kind of stuff. Just wait for the retest of the breakouts. Those are more convincing.
Yeah, I love the retest, man. Get a
Yeah,
good confirmation. You might miss it. If it doesn't retest, you might miss it. I'd rather miss it and be right more often than not, than try to catch something and then start losing more often than not. So it's wait for the retest. I think retest is so important. Get a good
mhm.
confirmation.
Absolutely. That's how I do it as well. And you can start to see a double bottom here on Tesla as well. Not ideal, but it's there.
Hmm. Hmm.
What else we got?
Yeah, Melanie, this market is, we're in a bull market. There's no question about it. And some people believe we're a little bit about 2.5 years in on this bull market, depending on where they're timing it from. And I think what they're saying every market cycle, a bull market lasts about 4 years, right? So we're well past the half point, but overall, this market is resilient. No matter what the inflation or this or that or tariffs, this market just keeps going up. So it's interesting. It really is. You get negative news, we'll gap down. We'll gap down for a day and then right back up. So it's
That's it.
unreal, unreal.
Yeah, our bear markets last about half a day trading session. So there you
Are you protected
go.
against market crash, or how likely is it to happen? I mean, we got several crashes that we actually traded through, right? We had the one with obviously the big one, COVID, that that crashed the
Yeah.
market, and that was we are well past that. But when it comes to day trading, do you not worry too much about a market crash because you're not holding anything overnight. When it comes to swing trading now, it's a whole different story. The way you protect yourself is have your stops, have the amount that you're looking that you're willing to risk on that trade. And in investing, shouldn't be worried about it. If you're investing long term, 10, 15, 20 plus years, just keep buying. Just keep adding to your positions. Maybe you switch from certain mutual funds to another one that are more conservative, right? Maybe not as aggressive when there is a down market. But for the most part, I mean, just look at the history on the SPY. Over a matter of 10 years, if you keep buying, you're going to be okay. It's just up, 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 northeast every single time. So investing is, you don't worry about the crashes. In fact, you look at that, so everything goes on sale, you know? So,
There you go. Absolutely. Makes a lot of sense. And there's that old saying in the investing world, more people have lost more money anticipating a crash than actually losing in a crash. So
yeah.
it's a very old one, but that happens to be true in most styles of investing. So anyways, we got a question here. Ahmed Azam, what's the difference between the mentorship and the course? So the course in Trading Terminal, that's an online course, all the recorded videos and those things. And the difference with the mentorship is that you trade live with me every day on a video call. So that's the basic difference. And there you go, guys. Tesla double bottom working out. Man, I was telling my mentees earlier today, I was thinking maybe I'm just gonna focus only on reversals and forget everything else because these trades are so big. I don't need much else. It's actually easier when you just focus in on one thing. So there's a
Yeah.
consideration. Avoid those continuation trades and just go reversal. Let's
Yeah,
see. But
that's what you get. When you hear Eamon, yourself, Avi, and other reverse type traders get the 5R Thor. That's a lot of reversals. You
yeah.
5R is like, I don't want to say average because I don't have the data to prove that, but I hear these guys get 5Rs all the time because reverse is going to get the big moves. Open range breakout, if you get three, that's on the high end. You're lucky. I'm usually getting like 2.5, because I partial out aggressive though, so keep that in mind. You're not gonna get down the 5 minute RB, right? It's very difficult to get a 5R trade on a 5 minute RB unless you have a really tight stop, and with a 5 minute RB you really can't do that. So gotta know your strategy, gotta know what's gonna give you consistently. But yeah, it's the reversals, man. Those are the big winners. I see a lot of people crushing those. So They're nice.
Yeah, I get the big R values on those, and the hard part though, well, I think there's two hard parts. One is the patience to wait for. First, you got to find something that's truly directional. So you got to be patient,
Yeah.
let it go, then wait for that reversal. So there's that patience, and then after you enter a reversal, reversals are nowhere near as fast or even as smooth as most other kinds of trading or ORBs and volatility. So you get into reversal, it'll go in your favor, it'll pull back, it'll take 3 hours to get to your target, and it'll mess with you on the way for 3 hours. So if you can't tolerate that, you got to be careful. You got to know that's what you're getting into. Um, my favorite method, again, I tell you guys all the time, if you can't manage the trade, or if you're struggling to manage a trade, then don't manage the trade. Just put your orders in and leave it alone. So I do that most of the time. And if I try and manage every 1 minute candle during a reversal, oh my God, ouch. Yeah, ouch. No, no, no.
You're driving insane. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be nuts. I'd lose all my hair right now. Just no. Just
Yeah.
uh-uh.
Yeah.
So I'd rather keep the hair for now naturally and let it be. Yeah.
Absolutely. Man, look at the DKNG daily chart. That looks
Mhm.
that is nice. Are we where are we? 52-week high looks like. Um,
Mm.
um, but we have some all-time highs going back to 2021. Recently, fairly new stock to the exchange, right? They only came out in 2020. Their recent highs is up, all-time highs around 74-ish around there. So, but they're having a good day.
Mhm. Yeah,
Is this
this
all
is
the
massive.
gambling from the Super Bowl? Is that what's popping them up today? People are
Yeah,
gambling on
looks
everything.
like this thing. Something's gonna make it go like this. Yeah, Super Bowl would make sense. Yeah, it looks like a massive earnings play, but well, whatever it is, it's a massive
Yeah,
catalyst.
yeah, they had earnings, but I wonder. I mean, they wouldn't have the numbers for the Super Bowl yet. I don't think they would, unless they gave guidance. I gotta look at their data, on their headlines.
Mhm. Amazing.
Speaking of earnings, next week is not gonna be um, too exciting. We've been getting some really exciting earnings. So next week it kind of slows down a little bit. We're off on Monday, but as far as big names, there's not a lot next week that I'm looking at here. I think we're going to go live maybe Thursday, maybe just one day next week, and then we'll be back for the following week. That's when the party starts. You have a bunch of stuff reporting. We have Home Depot, a lot of the retail stuff on here. We have the big guy CRM Wednesday. I'm sorry, not CRM, Nvidia on Wednesday. So that's gonna be
Mm.
fun.
Fine,
And then
fine.
from there, yeah, Nvidia, man. So can't wait to see that. Then from there starts to like really die down. Some names that we don't even look at for the most part.
Mhm. Nice. Well, if Nvidia's having earnings, I'll stay up late that night and here for the
Yeah, that,
entertainment night.
that's
Watch
worth
that.
staying up for. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's worth staying up for. That's the
That or
granddaddy.
these two reasons to stay up late.
Yep, yep. The granddaddy of tech. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, question here about Division V. You want to know about AMD's double bottom on a 5 minute? I don't see a double bottom on a 5 minute. You gotta understand what bottoms mean. Double bottoms are a bottom, so it has to come from up to down. It has to be in a bearish move to have a double bottom. So this did do a bearish move, and then it put in a single bottom right there, not a double. If you're looking at the first bottom and then the second, well, this is not a bottom. It didn't come from a big bearish move, right? This is a breakout of this pre-market area. And then you can call this a retest of that breakout. And yeah, the entry was probably a few minutes ago. If you're looking at that, wow, I'm seeing that now. Yeah, that would have been an entry a few minutes ago. That's how I would read this. But
Yeah,
like this up here, these are tops. Yeah, it was a bullish move, and then you got a top and a bearish move. And if you're looking purely at this on a 1 minute chart, you see the bearish move, and then maybe it'll put in the double bottom. It might be doing that now. I don't know. So you got
yeah.
to get that perspective right. That's very
Yeah,
important.
even on the 1 minute, I'm not seeing a double bottom. It still looks like it's such a V reversal, man, on the 1 minute as well. So we'll have to see what this next leg does, if it comes back down or and then creates a that double bottom. But yeah, you're right. I don't see it here yet. Um,
Mhm. Not there yet. Yeah. What do we have? Safbar, you want to know about which charts do I have on my screen? I've got the Mag 7 and AMD and all on 1 minute charts, 1 minute time frames. Oh, look at that. Meta did the let's have a look at Meta. There's something interesting going on there. At the level, kind of hard to read this as a double top. It's really on its way. But I may have taken this short. This is a decent little setup. Not ideal, but decent. Entry would have been a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Meta's new all-time high today. The high of the day, 738.91. So new all-time highs for Meta. It was kind of like stuck for the last week or so, just hitting that 724, and now it's today's breaking out of that with some good volume here. So good job. Meta Mountain Pass. Let's see. I like the Mountain Pass. It's very very detailed. I don't know. I think I'm not sure about the retracement. Looks good. Um, mm, Hard to tell. I would like that second peak to be closer to that first peak, right? To give
Yeah.
you a better risk to reward going back down to the VWAP. So I'm not sure. It's like you almost want it to retest but not pass it, right? It's got to stay lower. So not sure here.
Yeah, I would think the same exactly. It's already done quite a bit of a move. That's why it's not an ideal double top, is what I would call it. But yeah, Mountain Pass, very similar.
Yeah, yeah.
Same thing.
APL. And if some of you guys are wondering what are these guys talking about Mountain Pass? So Mountain Pass is basically, oh, and see, somebody asked a question. So I read your mind. So Mountain Pass basically is a double top. It's a double top strategy, right? The only reason why it's called Mountain Pass is because Peter has his own criteria that he created for this double top, right? So for this double top reversal, Peter has specific criteria that he named them the Mountain Pass. And if you want to know more about that, head over to bearwoodtraders.com. You could join for $1, right? You got the link. You could join for $1, and if you click on Education Center, day trading, I'll show you that here quickly what that looks like. You'll be able to see right over here. You'll be able to see the Mountain Pass. Where's Peter? Right here. Here's the Mountain Pass. So right over here. So he'll explain to you what that is. Really great video. A lot of good details. But you don't just want to get that. You want to get the webinar. The webinar, he goes deep into a lot of details and also even examples. So it is a double top reversal, but it has his specific criteria on what he wants to see. And I like how detailed it is. I really do. So if you like the Mountain Pass, it's a good one to be on the lookout for.
Mhm. That's the thing, guys. And that's what we were discussing yesterday as well in the webinar. It's about finding your own trading style. And that's how Peter found it by, looking at what's out there and then tweaking it to his own personality and to what he's able to perceive in the market and he can execute upon. And that comes from some independent thinking, right? And doing it yourself. So that's how you kind of find your way, really. Independent thinking. It can be hard because it's intimidating at first. Anything new is intimidating. But you got to really, look at it and understand it. Then you'll notice that there are some details in it that you would like to change. So okay, go ahead, change it, try it. Now you've got something that's all your own, and now you can coin that too, Mountain Pass. Whatever you like.
Yeah.
So that's how that works. That's how we have this Avinachi thing too, right? Same thing.
Yeah, Vinci, Rising Devil from Brian,
Yeah.
Fallen Angel.
Mhm.
Andrew today. Let's go to Andrews. He sent a text here. He got into a Rising Devil today. Let's see if I can
All
share this here. He did pretty nice on this one, on Soundhound.
right.
And he learned that strategy from Brian. So did pretty well. Let's see if I can bring it up. And he's still trading from the mountains with his Starlink, so he's doing his thing there. Let's see if I could bring this up over here so you guys could see it.
Ajay, I'm on the 1 minute chart now for trading and for streaming and everything. I switched over. So no more 5 minute for now. Let's see what Andrew pulled off from the mountains again, doing magic up there.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely doing magic.
Amazing.
Here goes, friends. So there it is. There's the what he did. So he went yeah. So he went short and then got it all the way down, cover all at the bottom there. So awesome. Less than 5 minute trade. Are you trading these markets? So yeah, really good strategy there. That's a rising devil. So we got that strategy as well. And that's Brian named that. He came up with that name, and certain things he likes to look in the pre-market. If he sees that something's coming down, basically it's rising devil means the devil is trying to rise, but then if it gets pulled back down, fallen angel is the opposite of that strategy. So if you like it, check it out. Both opening strategies for the market open that you can take a look at. If you like reversals, at the, these two are really good because you can't really get reversal at the market open. The market open has to, the price action has to get extend after the market open, extend it from the entry, and then kind of get pulled back towards the VWAP, right? But if you want to trade a reversal strategy, these are two good ones to have on your playbook. So definitely take a look at that. Let's see, Baba. Dropping down here. Baba was active today. Still up 2.6. Stock is doing some stuff.
In play every day now, huh?
Do I recommend any beer products? I tried so many. I got a few on deck that are pretty good. So yeah, I can send you a link of some products to try.
Is that a lot of maintenance, Carlos? There's a lot of trouble.
It is, man. It takes some time. The longer it gets, it definitely takes some time because if you don't take care of it, man, it just starts looking all messy. So, but I do it quick, man. I got a good setup. I got my pick and everything in the shower. I got everything set up, so it's like boom, 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 go. Cream, oil, certain days. On the weekends I don't put too much stuff on it. Just let it kind of take a break. But yeah, I got used to it, So
Yeah,
it's not bad. It's not
nice.
bad.
Brilliant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anything that comes with the word maintenance, I usually don't keep it in my realm, in my
kids,
environment.
man, my kids, they want a puppy. They want a puppy, and I'm like, I had a dog before. I know what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be your puppy. It's gonna be my puppy, and I'm gonna be the one that has to take care of it. And I love them. I really do. But do I really want to get up in the morning earlier than I do now, ready to walk them? It's just no. Once you have them, you don't even think about that. You forget about all that. But I don't know if I want to go through that. Not right now. So.
Yeah, that's cool. You know what you're getting into. You've done it.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Nice. Look at that.
Excellent stuff.
JSP, you want to know how I maintain my eyebrows? I don't.
That's how. Easy peasy.
I let the barber take care of it whenever I pop in there, and that's it. I don't want to be involved in any of this shit.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Nice. All right, man. See what we got going on here. Let's take a look at QBTS. Can you please come down to $5? Pick me up, and then let's go to 11. It's QBTS quantum play. I got my order in with Think or Swim. I was gonna say TD Ameritrade, but they're not with TD Ameritrade anymore. We're with Schwab now, so they're treating us well. It's getting me some time to get used to their account, like their login on their account. It's not as clean as TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade was pretty clean, so finding where everything is at. Are you able to set up? Are you able to set up? Are you able to send me your montage setup for hotkeys in DAS?
Yes. So
Yeah.
we've got that in the BBT room drive. Dean, okay. Oh yeah, Dean, you're with me in the mentorship, right? I'll put it in there. I'll send that to you. After
Nice.
this call, I'll be back in there in our community, and I'll take care of those things.
Awesome. Abby, what's your link? I know you got a link with tons of information of all the stuff you do, man. Let's throw that out there. If anybody has information, that's the best way to reach Abby. He'll throw that in the chat room now. You get more
Really good.
information about his mentorship and everything he's providing to the community, where his courses are at. Trading terminal, you can find stuff there as well. All the stuff that he talks about here, it's all available there. So,
There
um,
you go, guys. Yep, there's the link. Everything's in there, all in one place. Keep it simple
nice,
and
nice,
whatever you
nice.
need. Hmm.
Did
Cool.
it come across? I don't see it. Where is it?
I just
What
put it
chat
in
did you?
the YouTube
Oh,
YouTube chat. You see it?
it's taking a while to come from the buy to the channel. It's traveling
Yeah.
because I don't see it yet.
Across the desert, man.
Yes.
Unless I'm
I
doing
think you put
something.
in the wrong chat.
Really?
Or
Okay.
is it me? Yeah, I don't see it, man.
No, okay,
All
hold
right.
up. Let me see what I can do here. I might have to reload this YouTube thing. Just
Yeah.
a moment. YouTube.
All
Okay,
right,
there we
guys. As
go.
we go ahead and round up this week of trading. It's been very exciting. A lot of tons of earnings, tons of plays, great moves. Spies trying to go back to all-time highs. Did we hit all-time highs in the SPY? I mean, are we right on it?
We're
All-time highs was 610. Yeah, I think we did.
tagged it.
I,
Probably,
I,
yeah, just about tagged it, I think.
yeah, yeah, I think we did. Very, very nice.
Hmm.
How do
Cool,
you guys deal
man.
with losing long periods? I was losing for 3 weeks straight. Finally got a good week this week. Nice, man. Couple of ways you could deal with it. It depends how long you've been trading, right? But for me, you just something's not working at the moment, so you just gotta take a break and just kind of step away from it. That's the best thing you could do. What I don't recommend is don't start changing everything. Like, oh, this is not. That's usually not a good idea. Just step away from it. You might just not be in sync with the market. That's it. You might not be in sync with the market. So just gotta reset, come back, and then slowly start tweaking things if something is really continues not to work. But taking a break is probably the best thing you could do because usually what happens is after you take a couple of losses, you're emotionally charged already. So although you might not realize that you're trading, from an emotional bias, and that's usually never good, right? Emotional decision making is not great. So um, that's the best thing you could do is just take a break. I haven't had a losing streak like that in a long time, but I've been there. Lost 3 weeks in a row, couldn't buy a win. Stressful, man.
Mhm.
Very stressful. So just take
Yep.
a step back. Abby, what do you do?
Yeah, taking a step back is probably the best thing you can do. Just step away from it, forget about it. And again, we were talking about this in the webinar yesterday as well, or yeah, was it recently? Um, you know, time and distance fixes most problems, oddly enough. It's a simple solution. Can be hard to do, but it's a simple technique. Just time and distance solves most problems. So
Mm-hmm.
step back, go occupy yourself with things that interest you, hobbies, family, whatever you got going on, and step away, and you come back with a refreshed mind, and then the answers will come to you. If you need to change anything, it'll come to you. You don't have to force it. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how I deal with it as well. Yeah.
yeah. Which
Yes.
again, not easy to do because the first thing we do as humans when we lose, the first thing we want to do is come back and show the market who's boss, and that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Um,
Nope.
so this too shall pass. Just keep thinking about that. And every problem you're in, this will pass. This is just time and
Mm.
distance, like you said, man. That's all.
Yep.
So
This too shall pass. Absolutely. Love it.
exactly. So who was it? I got that from the actor. What's his name? The one that did I forget his name. He's older now. He did man, he's done a couple of movies. I gotta look it up. But he was in a roundtable interview and he said this too shall pass. Tom Hanks. There you go. Yeah. I saw he was doing an interview and he said that and I was like, oh, that's good. And he was saying basically, if I knew this when I was younger, that this too shall pass, I would have treated things very differently, right? Because we all get worked up on something like this is gonna pass. It's not that big of a deal, you know. So not that you should be
Absolutely.
careless, but just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Keep it in mind for sure. It's amazing how it's a very 80/20 thing really to do. It's not too much effort. Well, it's not complicated, put it this way. And then the answers come to you, really. Just give it time. So no
Yeah.
forcing.
Yep.
Amazing. Cool, cool.
Marcus,
What
are we
is-
getting we like getting into a choppy market situation here in the last minute or so,
Yeah.
right? We're big down to 11:20, back up around 11:30, back down 11:35, just up and down, and we're back down again. So it's just some noon afternoon Friday chop that we're feeling right now, and some of these stocks are just they're folding to the will of the market here because again probably volume is going to
Mhm.
die down, people are making their Valentine's plans, so they're just kind of
Yes.
doing whatever the market does right now. So I don't think nothing is really in play heavily unless you're Roku. Roku is going the other way right now. Oh, Roku's
Um,
doing his own thing at the moment,
oh
so
boy. Yes. Oops. Yeah, I don't see anything worth touching right now on this in this market. Just let it
and it's
go.
and I keep forgetting too. Aside from Valentine's tonight, is long weekend, right? So you got we got the President's Day on Monday, so everything is off. It's a long weekend, so yeah, um, it's probably going to continue to get slower as we move forward, unless some news break out. News breaks out, the algos will get everybody dancing again. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, right now the DJ is putting everybody to sleep. It's not a good look. It's not good.
It's all that slow dance music starting up.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Valentine's music. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Mhm. So yeah, nothing happening there. But here I can show you guys something if you want to see it real quick. I was telling you about reversals.
Sure do.
If you guys identified the Tesla double bottom and you took it and it got close to your target, but you didn't take it off, then it got close to your target, you didn't take it off. Now it's messing with you. This is the truth about trading reversals. It messes with you all the time. They're not easy to manage. This one happened to give you a good pop at first and then pull back and then, probably hit the target at some point. But this is the nature of reversals. I find them very difficult to manage. So again, my trick is don't manage them. Put the order on and put the stop on, put the exit on, and just leave it. Either it hits you or it hits your profit.
Yep, yep.
Unless you have the intention to manage it this way, which for me is just why should I put myself through such a roller coaster?
Hmm.
So there you go. If you're thinking about reversals, that's what happens. That's how that goes. Very normal.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
this
I did
chart.
the
Let's see if I
yeah.
find it. Go ahead.
I'll show you guys the Nvidia reversal I did earlier. It was down here, the one I worked. I got in and went, and then came and retested my area. Then it went halfway to the target. It really started messing around, and then finally it got there. I mean, this was a pain in the butt, really. But this is the truth about reversals. You want to take it easy with them, as in, don't get too triggered by every little move. You got a bigger picture in mind, just sit with it. So there you go.
Yeah, let me see if I find this. There's a, and this is pretty important for these type of trades where you got to sit on them and make sure you get your target. Let's see if I find this. I'm gonna steal this one from this person. I don't know who this is, but I'm gonna borrow it. Full disclaimer. Let's see here.
Okay. Let's see. Microsoft is interesting. Put in one of those big hammers, but I don't see an opportunity here, a genuine one. Cool. Mod 3, that resonated with you yesterday. Cool, man. Good, good, good. Place of fear. Yeah, you don't want to come at trading from an attitude of fear. That's just gonna lead to behavior that comes out of fear, which is usually not good. And day trading, the market will reveal you. It'll take your guts out and spit it out on the table. So make sure you're well sorted out.
It sure will.
Baidu. I'll look at Baidu, A Warren. Again, I have not looked at this exotic stuff in a long time. What's happening with Baidu? Was that with a catalyst?
all Chinese stocks were up, man. If you look at Baba too, big gap up. This pre-market up 6%, and tons of volumes. Had like 4 million shares traded in the pre-market. It hasn't sold off, but they're still up 3%. And many of these tickers, JD, PDD, all of them were just up this morning. So it's looking pretty nice. It's tariff news, I believe, was costing some of these pop.
Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. But look at that Baidu with the Fibonacci levels working quite nicely. At the bottom, big reversal going back up to where it came from. Let's see how it behaves at that next level up. Well, you can see you got the pop down, consolidation, breakout, continuation, then consolidation, and the breakout, and the reversals happening. There's like 20 different opportunities on this thing.
Yeah. So every time I think about reversals, this comes to mind, right? Because you gotta, let me show you this here. You gotta be able to hold through certain things, right? So I know you guys seen this many times. Nothing new, nothing over the top. But if you hold to your stop, you could win 40% of the time. But if you're getting 1 to 4, 1 to 5, you're gonna be okay. This is very basic math, but actually doing this in the chart is so difficult. Like actually holding and not getting out before you get to your target is not easy to do. So keep that in mind. When you take reversals, you really got to be thinking about the bigger picture. You got to set it and forget it. Like Avi says, if you don't overmanage it, get to your target, you're going to lose a lot. Like, look, this person winning 40% of the time. That means 60% of the time you're going to lose. That's okay. Just let it hit your target, and the winners are going to take care of your losers. Obviously, you want to be closer to 50, maybe if you can, but if you are losing a bit more, it's okay if you're holding to your target. But if you're not, the numbers are not going to work out. The math is not going to work out. So very important when it comes to reversals, because you need that big win, because you might get stopped out more often than you like. If you don't time the bottom properly, if you get wigged down or something like this, gotta let your target get hit. So very, very important on that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely the truth about it. Yep. Hard to do, but you can see why it's important to do it. We'll just let it
Yeah.
run. And that's the thing, even on the stop outs, as in you stop out 60% of the time, and that's on perfect setups.
Right.
Setups that
Right.
are perfect with your trade book. Now, if you're not trading perfect setups, you're trading out of anger or whatever, then it's all invalid. Everything, it's going to get worse, much worse. So
Yeah.
even perfect setups often fail. And if you're able to get a 40, 50% win rate, that's pretty good. You just got to let the winners run. That's how that works. That's a big mistake a lot of people make. They think they get a perfect setup and then it's a guaranteed winner. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. The market doesn't do guarantees. Again, we talked about this yesterday in the webinar as well. The market just will not guarantee anything. But you
Yeah.
can guarantee whether you involve yourself in an imperfect setup or a perfect setup. You can do that, right? That's in your hands. So think of it that way. And then these statistics start to make sense.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, man. I'm ready for this weekend. Hopefully, you guys are on YouTube are as well. Ready for a long weekend. Have you any plans for Monday since you're off, for the weekend? What do we got going on over there?
Oh yeah, I was telling Brian I'm gonna do a silent retreat kind of thing. I'm just gonna keep quiet for 3 days. I'm just tired of hearing my own voice, just talking and talking.
Yeah,
So I'm just
yeah,
quiet.
yeah. Yeah, man. You've
Yeah.
been on a roll, so it's all good, all good. Um,
Yeah, what
no
about
plans.
you?
Just next surgery. Oh, that's plans. Hopefully, if that's what you're doing, take care of yourself, and hopefully all goes well, if that is what you're doing.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah. What about you, Carlos? What are you getting into? Getting a puppy?
no, 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 no. I'm
Oh.
not getting a puppy. No, 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 no. I'm just going to. I don't know what we have planned this weekend. Well, the kids stuff, the regular kids stuff, right? Their soccer, their gymnastics. Then I don't know if me and wife got dinner tonight, and that's it. Probably gonna just stay cool. They stay cool at the house and get the kids. Maybe we'll go out and do something. But other than that, man, no big plans for me. So we'll figure something out. We usually always end up figuring something out. So should be fun.
Awesome. Good stuff.
Guys on YouTube, thank you so much for hanging out with us today as we end the week. I'll tell you, a lot of fun stuff, a lot of earnings. Looking forward to next week, which is a short week. We'll be back on Tuesday, and we'll do earnings on Thursday. Not so big on earnings, but we'll find something to trade. And the Trump administration is keeping us busy with all the tariff talks, right? So they're giving us a lot of volatility there as well. So should be a lot of fun, guys. Take care. Have an amazing long weekend. Happy Valentine's Day, and we'll see you guys next week. Avi, have a good one, man.
Thank you, Carlos. You too. Take it easy, and take it easy, everyone here. Have a super weekend. Enjoy the little time off.
Excellent. Take care. If you haven't done so, before I forget, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't done so. We would love to have you guys back. So have a good one. Take care.
Alrighty.